everyone.
Hello.
How's it going?
Doing well. Still setting up. Yeah, last game was interesting.
And now we get to pay for our sins.
Okay.
Are we going to play out a prison sentence in real time?
Perhaps. Okay. So, in our last game, the group visited Sleeping Giant Tavern. Giovanni and Zaleria entered, while Costa and Rendar stood back and watched the door. Giovanni had a lovely conversation with Sleeping Giant's owner Grista, while Zaleria tried speed dating with the thug's patrons. Giovanni questioned her about the letter, claiming it was given to him by someone who is sexually interested in him. Unfortunately for him, she claimed she didn't know anything about it. After that, he asked the room, stating that he would not lay with men, and the thugs didn't really care for his talk, and threw a few threats his way. Zaleria, unsuccessful with her speed dating, only seemed to annoy the thugs, and she also tried playing cards with them, and she was about to play, but then suddenly there was a loud crash coming from outside, and a man was on the ground after tripping over a barrel with a crossbow in his hand, uh, which began a fight with the group. Uh, Everyone in the group was in melee except for Giovanni hiding behind a chair casting spells. They were successful in killing them off, and then Costa decided to chop their heads off and put them on spikes as a warning to Zentarum. At this point, the townspeople started to freak and scream. Uh, a mob of townsfolk started showing up around everybody, and at this point, Gersta, I believe, ran out of the place screaming that you guys killed everybody and getting them riled. Uh, the the elders of sort showed up, and you guys had a lengthy conversation with them. And also Holly Thornton showed up, trying to also get the townspeople against you, and if I remember correctly, you guys said Costa said some colorful words to her, and they kept telling you guys, tomorrow we will find out when the guards come from Neverwinter. Let's see. Also, the group decided that what was it? You didn't feel really safe, so you wanted somebody to watch you to make sure, like, if anything else happens, you have a witness that you didn't do it. So Sildar comes along, and you talk to him for a little bit, and you show him Tressendar Manor and showed him the head of the townsmaster. He asked a few questions about what happened. Then you guys came back and stayed at town hall for the night while Giovanni stayed at the inn. Next morning comes and the investigators show up. You each, well, Zaleria gets called in first, where he asks her a set of questions, and then Costa comes in second, where he asks him a bunch of questions. And by the end of that interview, Costa was rambling different things and couldn't keep his story straight, and then eventually just lost it and flipped the table over and said some colorful words to the inspector or the interviewer. And I think that is where we left it. Did I miss anything out?
Seems accurate to me.
Okay. So that brings us back to the Stonehill Inn.
This is about to get very interesting.
Yes. So it brings us back to the Stonehill Inn. Okay. Turn that off. So after Costa, you flip the table and walk out of the room where Vico is doing his interviews. What do you do when you walk out?
Turn around and flip him a finger and slam the door.
All right. You do that. You see the guys. So you do right here. You see the guys all waiting outside in the hallway. You see the two veterans. One's guarding the door, and then the other one's a little bit further down the hall. You can definitely hear people in the maid room talking and a lot of gossiping going on in there. What do you guys do, or what do you do, Costa? Can't remember. He asked you to send in one of the people. Was it?
It's me.
Yeah, it was you. Okay.
Also notice it's the pan function on Roll20 is not floaty anymore.
What's
Huh.
happening? What's wrong?
You know when you hold right click and you move around, I used to almost have like velocity to it. So like
What's-
you drag and you move over a little bit, it'll keep going for a little bit more.
Yeah, it used to sort of like drift when you'd let go, but now it actually stops right where.
Another bit of momentum. Now it's like moving pick, sort of like on a grid style, sort of. Anyways, I'm going in now. I get up. Good luck, Giovanni. Pat myself on the back.
Jesus.
Which one? Oh, this one.
Yep.
Burst through the door.
You come through, and Vico says, "Oh, please have a seat."
All right, which chair?
Well, there's only one open chair in here, and he points right across from him.
What about the bed?
He says, "No, now I would like you to be right next to me. It helps me perform my investigations."
Oh, playing coy are we now?
I bet it does.
So he says, "So now let's start from the beginning. You tell me what happened in your words."
Well, it all began when my father, Arthur, and my mother, Ariana, well, they fell in love. They were very poor. Of course, my mother was an elf.
No, no,
You know,
no.
the-
Let's skip
the
to
control-
the part where you come to Phandalin.
So, anyways, there's a little bit of backstory here. See, I met my my now good friend Sheridan on the road, you see, and we found out we were from the same place, and we bonded ever since then. And he's traveling, so I naturally decided to tag along.
Okay, he writes it down.
And of course, due to my higher living standards, we were running out of money, and so we required more. And so we were up north here, near Phandalin, and thought, well, why the hell not go into town and see if there's any trouble? Perhaps we can solve it for money, for a reward. And so we did.
Okay. And
Would you like the long story or the short story? I mean, well, I can go on in quite amount of detail every day of what we did at every minute.
just give me the main details of what's happening here. Why did you come to Oh, you came to Phandalin for money, you say. So you come to Phandalin for money, and then what happens?
Well, we were tasked by the mayor to help deal with a dragon. There was nowhere in sight,
Oh,
and I
and
thought,
so you spoke to him when you first came here.
I believe so. Well, I believe we went by the job board, the bounty board, and we picked something out. But my memory is quite hazy. But I remember we did speak to him, and hence why we know the dragon threat that is non-existent.
So you never seen a dragon here?
I don't believe so. I would remember it. Normally,
Okay, he writes in
I
his journal.
I have a tendency to remember if I shit my pants.
He says, "Well, that's irrelevant." And so you came to.
I'd say it's quite relevant, being it is that both are a correlation of each other. Cause and effect. Cause, dragon appears in the sky, threatening to kill us all. Effect. I shit myself,
Yes, yes, that's
fearing for my
that's nice.
life.
Um, so after you do these jobs for Harbin, no, Toblin. Wait, what's his name? God damn it.
Harbin Wester.
Harbin Wester.
Good gods, man. No wonder this town is in such disarray.
uh, what? After you do your jobs for Harbin Wester, so he paid you, and that was it. Where were you staying when you were here?
The shack. Well, personally, I was not staying at the shack, but my friends were. I was staying at the Stonehill Inn. This
And
inn, in
who
fact.
owned this shack? Did you own it?
I don't know. It was under. It was. By the time I came to, it was under our jurisdiction.
Came to
I
from
was
what?
asleep during the course of the events involving the shack and the procurement of such property. I was asleep in this very. Actually, no, the room over. You can
Okay.
ask Toblin. I woke up quite late that day. I caught up with the fellows. I caught up with the lads at the mines. They were attacked. They were about to be attacked by slimes. Believe it or not.
That's so. He says, so tell me about uh, Tressendar Manor, the basement. What happened there?
Well, we were looking around. We were poking around the manor in hopes that, well, maybe one day we can procure this property. I mean, why not settle down in such a nice place? And, well, you know, it's abandoned anyways. Nobody's living there. So, and of course, I love large houses. So we decided to poke around the basement. Maybe, put, storage there, barrels, crates, and to our surprise, we found a devil worshipping ground. Well, actually, there was a wonderful, quaint little fountain in the front. You should see it. It's quite nice. Very good stonework.
And when you've come to the basement, what did you see?
With a fountain. Very nice stonework.
You
And
didn't see
then,
demons?
well, I'm technically the devils. I'm getting to that. All in good time, sir. I'm a storyteller. I shall not rush to the end. As my friends and I, we were traversing, we found a door, and we opened the door to a hallway. With the hallway, the floor collapsed beneath us. Well, only a section of it. And as we braved the treacherous hole, we came upon another door. It seems to be a crypt of some sort, possibly the family that used to live here. And then we found a prison with a dead body inside. It was quite smelly. 2 cells. And then we moved
And
further north.
was this body dead for a while, or did it seem like a newly deceased?
I don't know. I don't bother to check. It was disgusting. It was rotten.
Okay.
So we went north, and we came across lots of skeletons and bones and skulls. And there we encountered our first devil, the horror. I've never seen such awfulness in this world.
What did this
So we
devil look like?
Well, it was pure white. Well, bone white. So there was a little yellow tint to it. If you in fact, let me show you. I'm gonna press the digitation, just like its claw, like a claw, finger in the claw. It looked like this.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was quite slim. I'd assume it'd be fatter, standing on so many bodies, on bones, anyways. I assume it stripped the flesh off the bones. but it was very skinny, and well, we slew it.
And then,
There were more, and we slew them. It was quite a hard battle.
oh, so you're slaying these devils. When did the town master come into play?
So let me tell you something. Amongst the piles of skulls and devils, there was an opening to the south, and so it led to this sort of cavern underneath the manor. Scandalous. I don't even know any rich person in Baldur's Gate that would do something like that. Horrifying. Anyways, there were a lot of bugs that attacked us, nearly killed us. And then another devil, and we slew that one. And then we crossed the bridge. Well, there are two bridges. We crossed one of them, and we went over, entered another hallway, more doors. We chose the one to our left side from our perspective, and lo and behold, Mr. Wester with a book in his hand and a portal to what I only assume the Nine Hells.
And and then what happened?
Well, we asked him what he was doing, and he told us to shut up and don't interrupt. And he continued, and we couldn't let him.
Oh, so you did speak to him.
Briefly, and as he sicked his demons on us, or devils, I should say. In fact, he even had a cockatrice, I believe. The chicken, right?
Yes,
Turns you to
yes.
stone. It's a little chicken. Quite deadly. Fortunately, none of us were turned to stone. And so a battle ensued. We fought off his devils, and we fought him off. So he died. The portal was closed, and so it is. And so he lay. The final moments of the dear mayor, and here we are.
So you killed him after you killed the devils?
No, I don't believe. Well, I believe we cleared the room of the devils. However, there were more stepping through, and well, there was no other choice. I cast a spell on him, and well,
And which
there's
spell
my
was
allies.
that?
I held him momentarily.
You held him with a spell.
Yes, I froze him with a spell. I can do that. Would you like me to demonstrate?
No, no, no. If you held him with a spell, then why didn't you just subdue him and bring him into town?
Because the devils were still coming through.
What does that have to do with... If you were holding him, though, you could have easily stopped it.
However, I am not a practitioner in demonology. For all we knew, his life force could have been tied to the portal.
Interesting.
We are
Perhaps.
we are not necromancers of any of the sort, my man. I am a bard. The rest of us, one of us is a druid, live in the forests and prances. The other two are from this. Well, no, Randa, from a tribe. Cherry and I are the only civilized human beings or people
So
in this group.
when you did talk to him, what did you talk about?
And speak to him. We told him to stop, and he said no. He said, "Don't interrupt. I'm saving this town for some reason. He's gone mad." He didn't stop, and so we engaged in battle. He died.
So you're telling me four grown adults couldn't subdue one person?
Why would we subdue him? We killed him.
Because killing
And
is really not accepted in most towns, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, but would you rather have us? Would you rather have sympathy on the man who was summoning devils into this plane of existence? And would you have us have sympathy for the devils that we have slain if you say killing is no good in this town? or the same people who tried to assassinate me. You can see the bolt still hanging off Miss Mary's door. I don't believe I got her last name, but I can show you where she lives. There is still a crossbow bolt embedded into the door. I also have this letter. If you so wish to see, it just says meet me at the Sleeping Giant, and then I was ambushed there.
Hmm. Coming back, we will come back to that. So, this residence that you were staying on, none of you knew the previous owner?
Don't look at me. I don't know anything. You'll have to ask the others. I
What,
was
a-
sleeping the whole time. I told you before.
what about your friends? Did they know her? I'm sure
You,
someone must have said something. You didn't
you
question why
all,
you were sitting in this or staying in this house?
my good man, you already spoke to two of them. I told you I don't know anything. Why do you insist on us being guilty?
I'm just trying to get the facts here.
It's because we're from the south, isn't it?
I have no idea where you're from,
Well,
sir.
I already told you. I've already said it. You can tell from my accent. We are from Boulder. I and Cherry are from Boulders Gate, and the rest of us are from the south. This is discrimination. I will not stand for this.
I can
How
assure you
dare
there
you?
is no discrimination here.
Oh, you northerners think you're all that. Hmm?
I feel like you're trying
Prancing
to change the
around
subject,
just because of your bloody football league.
accusing me of anything is not going to get you anywhere.
You shall be hearing from my solicitor and my publicist.
He says, I look forward to it.
You, my sir, are getting what we call today, what the young people call today, cancelled.
He says, so let's go back for a little bit. You claim you've never seen a dragon.
No, I don't believe so.
One of your uh, associates said that when you first came here, there was a dragon.
I believe there was threat of a dragon. I don't recall seeing one. As I've told you, I would remember. I would have remembered the time I shit my pants.
But you were with your friends when you came here. Surely you would have seen a dragon if they've seen one. Are you saying perhaps they did not see a dragon?
I'm telling you, I can't recall. As in, I really can't remember. Even out of character, I really can't remember. I can't recall. You see, my dear, I don't believe you've met too many bards, but we live for the moment. You see, we don't live for the past. We live for the moment, the present. That is when our art becomes truly impressive.
Yes, yes. And he's just writing more in his book.
What on earth are you writing?
Just the facts.
All right. I thought you were drawing. You don't seem particularly interested in this conversation with me. Do you find me boring?
He says, no, no, no. I'm just putting your stories all together.
Mm-hmm. Yes, first discrimination as a southerner, and now you find me boring. I say, I woke up today feeling quite happy, and here I am feeling much more insulted. You've ruined my day.
He says, yes, yes, indeed. So, just going back on this shack, I'm so a little confused because one of your friends said that the lady lived there that was killed by a dragon. And
Yes,
you claim you know nothing about this dragon or this lady who lived in this house.
I know about the dragon. You did, you bloody git. I've never seen. I don't recall seeing it. I know of the threat. I am fully aware of it.
And
I
what?
fought two manticores. Would you like to see that one?
And where did you fight these manticores?
One by the windmill and the other one by the bloody road. You can see their bodies if they haven't rotted away. In fact, you know what? You can talk to the woman by the windmill.
What were these jobs that you took from the mayor?
We didn't take it from the mayor. We took it from the bounty board, which I assume was written by the mayor, but we haven't accepted the job from the mayor directly.
I thought you said you talked to
Look,
him when you came here.
yes, and he told us about a dragon. And he said these quests, do these quests to help us with the dragon threat. And we said, all right, we'll do them. And here we are.
And Dragon Quest, which didn't involve a dragon.
You're really not listening. You Northerners really don't listen, do you? There is a dragon threat. The mayor sent us on these quests that he posted, assumingly, to deal with it.
But if you talked to him and he sent you to the board, wouldn't you assume he wrote them?
He didn't send us to the board. We went to the board first. Good heavens. And then he told us about the dragon threat. And then that is when we said, all right, we shall help you. And so we visited gnomes and all that stuff. And we brought back something, well, positively nothing, to be honest. But we did the quest nonetheless. Nonetheless.
And what gnomes are you referring to?
Bloody gnomes, I don't care. They all look the same to me. They live in the mountains somewhere, on a rock. Eat mushrooms.
And what did you do for them?
For the gnomes?
Yes.
Well, they claim to be a monster attacking their people, so we found it and we killed it, and then we received something in return, and it turned out to be positively worthless, especially against the dragon.
And he writes it in his journal. And
Would you also like to know when I took a shite the other night?
not necessarily.
10 p.m. Why don't you write that down?
So, when you saw the mayor summoning these devils, he didn't tell you that. Or did he tell you that he wasn't going to stop summoning them?
He told us, don't interrupt. I'm trying to save this town. We thought he went completely mad, and because he wouldn't stop, we told him to stop. This conversation lasted less than 15, 20 seconds, and so we had to leap into action as he sicked his demons, his devils on us, his creatures on us.
Oh, so you only had him restrained for a few seconds, you say?
At the end, yes, as he died.
Interesting. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, one last thing, actually. You Northerners can go eat my ass. Good day.
He says, well, thank you, and I'll be getting back to you. Please send in your orc friend.
Half orc. He's half. He's not full orc.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go at the door just before I just sort of like halfway open it. By the way, I think your glasses are stupid. I go out and shut it. Brenda, it is your turn. Good luck. Pat him on his giant meaty shoulder. I'm inspiring. Remember what we discussed.
This guard is standing there, so are you trying to say it so he doesn't hear you?
Nah, I just say, just remember what happened. That's it. And I pat him on the giant shoulder.
Okay.
But I don't remember.
Well, all right. Go in anyways. He wants to hear anyway. He wants to hear you speak nonetheless. I go up to cast it. Good lord, these bloody Northerners.
Wanda, are you going in or are you going to stay outside?
Oh no, Rendar will go in and sit down and
Okay.
just look annoyed.
The nerve of you.
Yeah, when you sit down next to him, he clearly he like kind of moves his chair back a little bit. It's a little uncomfortable, but he tries to play it off. And he says, "Oh, what are you gonna say, Giovanni? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off."
I was just sort of just murmuring, gossiping with Costa. Did you even hear what he said about Baldur's Gate and the people who live there? Unbelievable.
So when you sit down, Rendar, he says, uh, "Hello, I'm Vico, and I would just like your view on what happened here."
Okay.
So start from the beginning. What brought you to Phandalin?
I met Costa. I'm joining the army.
What army is that?
I don't know, talk to Costa. He just said there was a job for me.
And where did you meet Costa?
At location that we had pre-discussed.
uh,
I hadn't really planned out this backstory.
no problem. We'll just say you said wherever it was. Yes. And so what, after you met Costa, what brought you to Phandalin? Why here?
We were traveling. We needed work. There was work.
And when you first arrived at Phandalin, what did you see? Did you speak to anybody? Did anything happen?
I wasn't really paying attention. We grabbed some pieces of paper off a board. We went to a tavern. I don't know.
Hmm. And you never saw? Did you see a dragon here?
I think there was a white one. We didn't fight it. I know that. We fought some manticores.
And when you saw the white dragon, what did it do? Was it here in Phandalin?
No, it was outside the town. We had to travel sometime.
Is
I think
that
it ate a lady?
so? And where did it eat this lady?
Mm.
I'm just curious. Out of character, you don't really know, or in character
I
you're
honestly
trying to
don't remember
okay.
at all.
Because I don't know when to ask for a deception check if you actually don't know. Because you saw the
Player
dragon.
has no idea what's happening. He's taken no notes.
You saw the dragon when you came to Phandalin eat a lady. There.
Wasn't that a couple
And
days
then
later?
That was literally our first time entering the
yeah,
city. We watched a dragon land, take a lady and her baby, and then leave. And we were all like, huh,
and
that was
then
interesting.
yeah, and then Giovanni was like, "Let's pretend like we're her cousin or something long
I
life
believe it
Oh,
was
relative."
Costa who came up with that.
I-
Oh,
I-
No, I
Costa.
was thinking
Whoa,
of,
first
of all,
I was thinking of
Oh,
a different
Costa.
time.
Okay.
I was thinking
I-
of the Manticore when we had to go warn the lady that there was a dragon in the area.
I want to say that I did not actually say that.
No, Costa. You said Costa did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't tell him
So
that.
yes,
I just said I don't recall.
Yeah.
that is Rendar's answer.
Okay. And when was the first time you spoke to Harbin Wester?
Uh, first day, maybe. I don't know. We grabbed some pieces of paper off the board. We talked to some person in an office, and we got paid. I don't remember.
This
Am I the
wasn't.
only one who remembers that he only spoke to us through a door and would only pay us under the door? Like, we never even met the guy until right at the end of his life, unfortunately.
Oh no, I remember that. Rendar doesn't. Rendar has no idea what's going on right now.
You met him before that too, because remember you bust through his door, or you came into his
Oh
door, and
yes,
then
Giovanni forced
yeah.
his way in for tea and furniture.
Okay, so all right, so you saw a dragon eat a lady, but you're not sure if it was here or somewhere else. He says, "Tell me about the shack you're staying, and how did you acquire that?
I was told to clean it up, and we slept there.
By whom?"
Costa.
Interesting. Says he says, so Costa didn't tell you anything about a lady who lived in that house before you took it?
No, I just figured that's where we were staying.
Okay,
I don't know.
no problem. Moving forward, what happened? Tell me about Tressendar Manor. What made you go there?
Uh, no one was living there. It seemed like a better option than the shack we were staying in.
Oh, so you wanted to go there to make it your residence?
Not me.
Who then?
Look, I just follow these guys around. I don't know what's going on.
Surely you must have seen what was happening if you were following them around.
It was an abandoned manor. No one seemed to be using it. Seemed like a good place to set up.
And when you went into the manor, what did you find?
There was the basement. And I think there was a secret entrance, and then a lot of demons or devils or whatever, what have you. The things that were trying to kill us.
And at what point did you see the the town master? Was this before or after you killed all the demons or the devils?
No, we didn't kill all the devils, but we did find him summoning more. Then we killed him. Then the devils.
So you killed him first and then you killed the remaining devils.
Well, there were some devils killed, and then he died, and then some more devils killed, I think. I don't really remember. I wasn't in the best frame of mind. Rage and all that.
Ah, yes, you're a barbarian, aren't you? He says, so did you, before you killed the mayor, did you talk to him at all, or did anyone in your group talk to him?
Oh, probably. Have you spoken to Giovanni? He talks all the time.
So you're saying he spoke to him?
Probably.
Uh, Giovanni, he writes, and he's kind of mouths it when he says it. Giovanni spoke to him. And what did he say?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
How long were you talking to him?
I wasn't talking to him.
How long was Giovanni talking to him?
I don't know. I was killing devils.
So he was talking to him while you were killing devils still?
I don't know.
Interesting. He says, would you be, uh, would you agree to me, since you're having a hard time remembering, would you agree to me searching through your thoughts?
No.
Do you have something to hide?
No.
Then why do you have an issue with this? I swear to you, I'll only look to see what happened in the manor.
No.
Very well. Uh, Getting back to the manor. So you say Giovanni spoke to him for a while, or was that what?
I said he spoke to him. I cannot confirm nor deny how long it was.
I mean, if you were there, did it seem like a while? And you're sure that he wasn't speaking after all the devils were killed?
I do not recall.
Interesting. All right. Well, let's move past this then. He says, let me see. How did you? This is a hard one. He says, "Is there anything else you'd like to add?" He's getting. You can see he's
Uh,
getting like a little frustrated.
well, that town mayor master guy was definitely summoning devils. That I can tell you. And we killed them. So,
In
you gonna
your,
pay us or what?
in your, pay you for what?
Killing the devils.
But you also killed the mayor. Do you think murdering somebody because they're summoning devils is acceptable?
Devils kill people, so they should be killed.
I,
So,
I'm not saying either or. I'm just asking your opinion.
I feel like we helped you out, or at least this town. So, money?
There's also, tell me what happened at the inn or the bar around the corner.
Oh, where we got attacked?
Yes, tell me about that.
Wasn't really paying attention. All of a sudden, weapons were drawn by those. Were they humans? Out of character?
Yes.
These humans pulled some weapons. So, I started swinging my axe. He points to his axe.
So you're saying they started the fight.
Yes.
And what happened after the fight was over? Did you subdue them and send them to the authorities?
Oh no, we killed them.
Hmm. You murdered more people.
I think it's more manslaughter than murder.
Oh, even better. He says, and what happened then? Do you know why these people attacked you?
Something about something to do with the town. I don't recall.
Something to do with the town. When I first got here, there was a lot of chatter, and someone mentioned that their heads ended up on spikes. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I remember hearing about racists. Although there was a dwarven woman who turned on us. She seemed to welcome our help. I remember the word Zentarum being thrown around.
They were part of the Zentarum, you say?
Probably.
And did anything happen after the fight?
Yeah, that dwarven bitch turned on us.
How did she turn on you?
She said we started the fight. They attacked us.
Do you remember her name?
Nope. She owns the Sleeping Giant Inn, though. I'm told.
And what did you do with the Zentarum after you murdered them? Where are they now?
I can't tell you where their bodies are, but I know where their heads are.
And where is that?
Well, I'm sure you saw them coming into the city.
And how did their bodies end up off their how did their heads end up off their body?
I do not recall.
Is that deception?
Sure.
Alright, roll me a deception check, please.
You have inspiration. Nah, you don't need it.
Sweet.
Uh, okay, so he looks at you and his eyes kind of like he kind of tilts his head down and he looks at you over the brim of his glasses and he kind of like squints for a minute. Interesting. And you claim this is this is you claim you don't. Are you sure you don't remember?
Just gonna point at my bicep and just mouth the word rage.
So you're saying when you rage, you have no concept or clue of what's happening around you. That could be a very dangerous thing to be having these rage issues in a town like this, don't you think?
I do not recall decapitating anyone.
Do you know who did?
I do not recall.
Okay. He says, "Ah, very well." He says, "Thank you for your time. That will be all."
And I'll get up and leave.
Okay. When you get up and leave and you start walking out the door, Vico comes up with Theus behind him, and he tells the guard at the door. He says, "I need you to use this sending stone. Call Neverwinter and ask them to send me some scrolls. Speak with the dead, please." And then the guy says, "I'll be on it," and he kind of walks off. And he says to the rest of you, "I appreciate your time and thank you." He says, "I assume you won't be going anywhere anytime soon."
Well, I mean, that depends. There's jobs to be done around town. I believe there's actually somebody north of here, a couple days, that was requiring some help. But if you would rather we sit here and twiddle our thumbs, I suppose we could do that.
No, no, as long as you come back, I'm fine with that. I mean, you are staying here in Phandalin, correct? You have no plans of leaving permanently?
I didn't have any. Although I must say, the hospitality here has been lacking. So
I've only been here a short while, but they've been kind to me. He
yes,
says,
well, you are human, and yeah.
But it's because you're one of them. We're not from around here.
he says,
Bunch of racists in this town, I tell you.
"That's so, but I've seen other races here living in town."
No,
Yeah, but they're still northerners.
discriminatory against the southerners.
He says, well, Costa, while I have you here, I forgot to ask you, uh, what happened to the Zentarum that you fought?" Greg? Greg with us?
He's in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
What did we do with the Zentarum? We killed them after they attacked us.
Is your friend here couldn't recall. Can any of you recall how their heads ended up off their bodies?
With a sharp blade, I'd imagine.
Probably several swings, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
who would have done this?
That was me. I did it. All of them.
You don't think that's a little extreme?
What? They're already dead.
What, in the chaos of battle, beheading somebody?
No, I was quite calm afterwards. I dragged them outside,
It's quite relaxing, lopping people's heads
Yeah.
off.
and I cut off their heads. The Zentarum are a menace to the to the world that we live in,
And
and
they,
I did it as a deterrent to stop them from coming back. You're
That
welcome.
was you. I thought Rendar did that. Never mind.
says, "What do you know about the Zentarum?"
They're trying to kill me. That's one. That's for one thing.
And why would they
And
try
so
to
they
kill
must
you?
die anyways. I don't know. I'm too handsome.
He actually giggles when you say that.
Oh please. You should be the last one laughing. Hubby.
Well, that wasn't very nice, sir.
Well, that wasn't very nice laughing at me. I know I'm handsome.
I never said you were not.
No, you're
So,
laughing at me.
uh,
An insult. A northern insult.
he said, just because someone belongs to Zentarum, you think that that means you can kill them?
No, I'd say when somebody tries to kill us, then I can kill them.
Why not just knock them out and subdue them and bring them to the authorities?
What is it with you and knocking people out and subduing them? It doesn't really get stuff done, is it? You're talking about these people as if we went up against them and they were polishing the silverware. One of them was actually in the process of summoning devils. There were devils in the room. We dealt with that situation. Again, you're welcome. The next situation, we're in a tavern, drinking, and someone shot arrows at us. They engaged us in combat. We won. And I'm not apologizing for any of those things. You should be thanking us. You should be paying us.
I'd
Well,
also like to point out that they said that this won't stop. We shall keep coming for you.
and who said that? The
Well,
Zentarum?
one of the thugs.
Do you not think that all this energy that you're putting into us would not be better spent dealing with the dragon, dealing with the devil worshippers, and dealing with the Zentarum?
In fact, you should be
Or is
dealing
that too big a task for you, you silly little man?
He says dragon. He says, according to your friend here, Giovanni, there was no dragon here in town.
You're
Ah.
mixing up our words. Talk
You-
to anybody in this town, they will tell you about the fucking great big dragon that took half of the citizens out
you
just
don't
before we
get-
arrived.
You don't get. I said I don't recall seeing a dragon. Jeez, my memory isn't so good anymore. I'm getting old. What do you think applying
Yes.
so much moisturizing cream?
He is rather self-obsessed. In all honesty, he may have just forgotten.
That's so. He says, and to your point, and he looks at you, Costa, he says, I can assure you, I'll be interviewing everybody.
Good.
He says, in fact, I have my next appointment will be with Halia Thornton.
Oh,
Good.
fancy that.
Why don't you prepare a pair of shackles while you're at it? While you're at it.
He says, for you.
Aha.
He says,
Yes.
now, everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and I will get down to the bottom of this.
Well, in her case, it's guilty until proven innocent.
That seems to be the motto for you guys.
Well, when somebody's got, you're not going to ask too many questions when somebody's physically pulling devils from the nine hells. That's pretty much indication that a guilty party is in your sights, isn't it? Really?
Yes, of
And,
course.
and this is
Let's
why I plan to talk to him.
Good.
then speak to him.
And when his severed head starts summoning more devils, you can deal with them yourself because I'm absolutely buggered if I'm helping you out again.
I'm pretty sure that his severed head can't do that, so I'll be okay.
So you know a lot about this kind of thing, then, do you?
He says, I'm an investigator. I know about a lot of things. He's like,
So how come none of you are any of the wiser that this was going on in the town anyway? If you're so high and mighty and policing the nations, how come it took a ragtag group like us to discover this was going on? Why weren't you on top of it in the first place?
he says, he looks at you and he goes, you are part of a Baldur's Gate army of some sort? Is that
Yes.
correct? And who
Boulder
is
State Militia?
Boulder State Militia? And he says, and who do you report to?
I said, I'm self-sufficient. I'm traveling the southern roads, recruiting, ready to take recruited recruits back up to Boulder's Gate.
He says,
You
surely you must
report?
report to somebody.
My good sir, he reports to these nuts. And I cut my dick.
No, that is not necessary. I'm just trying to get some information.
Some military fucker back in at the barracks in Baldur's Gate, I'd imagine. Trying to think what rank it would be. Probably a captain or higher.
Well, even a lieutenant.
What rank are you, sir?
Sergeant.
He's an enlisted man. He's a veteran. Show some respect. Show some respect.
I am only showing the utmost respect. He says, do you know? So you should surely know the name of the person you report to.
It's a captain. Captain Colon.
He said colon? What was it?
Yeah.
Colon?
Yeah.
Okay.
We call him Nobby. Nobby Colon.
Okay. Then surely he will speak highly of you.
Possibly not, but
He says, well, that's all I have for you today. He's like, I will be doing some more interviews, doing some research, investigating, and I'll probably have my final word tomorrow.
just one question. If overnight the town of Fandon was to be swept over by a horde of raging barbarians out for blood, ready to rape, pillage, and steal the children, what would you have us do? Just so I know, I wouldn't want to upset you again.
I think it best we sit it out. I think
I think
should that
so.
dragon return, we'll just we'll tuck in for the.
We wouldn't want to go murdering now, would we? So
Well, better yet, we'll invite the orcs to a tea party and
talk it out, yeah? We'll talk it out.
achieving a call through gentlemen's terms as they rip the faces off everybody in this town and eats them and then shits it out and eats it again.
I don't know about you lads, but I've definitely seen the error of my ways. That
Self-defense
diplomacy,
frowned upon.
diplomacy is the better course. So yeah, from now on, next manticore we see, a picnic is in order.
He says to one of the veterans over here, please tell Halia Thornton to come in. And he kind of walks over. And
I don't know about you, but I would like to go do some work saving this town before we are badgered further.
As Halia Thornton comes down, he walks in here, and then as she walks by you, she gives you this like evil, dirty smirk.
As she passes by me, I say that dress. My grandmother wore that same dress, bitch.
She just smirks. And she says, "That's nice." And then she slowly closes the door as she just stares at you with a smirk on her face. Closes it.
I'm staring right back at her.
All right. So yeah, you guys are hanging out in the hallway. You just had your interview. You can hear muffles coming from the room as if he's obviously asking her questions now. What would you like to do?
So Larry is going to start storming towards the door. She's like, I need fresh air. This is stifling here.
Yes.
Rendar is gonna look at Costa, pull out his axe, and just point at it and go, huh? To break down the door.
No, mate. Let it be for now.
When you do that, this veteran right behind you puts his hand on his sword, the hilt.
Ooh. Feeling a bit twitchy, are you, son? Gonna give it a go, are you?
He doesn't respond to you. He's getting at attention. Like,
Well, we'll probably be guilty, seeing as how Miss Thornton probably has that fat man paid off. He's probably giving him oral as we speak.
I imagine her tongue is firmly up his arsehole.
I assume so.
Rendar has no idea what's going on.
that makes two of us.
I'm just gonna head into the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Mayor. How are you? Back from the
Alright.
dead already?
Get him off the map.
Is that just his head?
Just his head sitting on the table.
So you come over here, and Lenine says, "Oh, how was it?"
Terrible.
I think we've done quite well. I think we got the job.
They insist on us being guilty. I can see it in his eyes, his fat little beady eyes.
Sister Guriel looks over at you two and says, um, "I'm sure they'll do a thorough investigation, but I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look good for you. I mean, first you kill Harbin Wester, and then you kill 4 citizens."
Yeah, sure. Citizens, all right. Brandishing weapons freely in a bar, all dressed the same way, belonging to the same faction, declaring that they won't stop coming for me. Made 2 attempts on my life, but yes, we are the bad guys here.
She says, "Nothing like this has ever happened before in Phandalin." Well, she stops. That's not completely true. We used to have these thugs that were here, but they were taken care of by other adventurers.
Yes, precisely. It would seem your town has a penchant for, well, how do I put this lightly? Being somebody's bitch.
Hearing her mention that the thugs were taken care of by other adventurers, and be like, "Oh, and were they found guilty and executed as well?"
She said that was a different situation. They weren't. I mean, they were terrifying us and harassing Phandalin. They had to be stopped. Since then, we've had no problems with anybody, except since you've come.
Yes, and we were terrorized and harassed while we were here, and then we stood up for ourselves, as you should have done before.
She says, "Well, it's out of our hands now." So if you'll
I
excuse
believe
me, I need to
since
go
we're just
pray. She walks out.
yes. Pray for us, dear sister. Pray for us. And since we're heading to the gallows anyways, I might as well get drunk. Dublin, wine and cheese.
As you scream that over, yep, coming over. And he starts,
Actually, no cheese. Cheese makes me fat. Fruit.
all right. Yeah, a few minutes go by, and he brings you guys over some cheese and some wine. Sorry.
Out
Linen
of interest,
Greywin
what is
excuses herself and leaves.
what is the roof of this building made out of?
Eh. Looks like it is made out of
Clay
wood.
tile or is it thatch?
No, it's not. They're like solid wood roofs.
Wood, you say? You know, guys, that's a solution to a lot of our problems.
Wait,
Everybody of importance is in this building.
were you asking me out of character or?
I was asking you out of character what I
Okay,
saw looking
okay,
up, and now
yeah.
I just kind of mentioned to the group. I'm like, oh, you guys notice this building is mostly wood?
Yes, it tends to be. Wood is cheap, as opposed to stone. Your point?
Oh, just that, it's been terribly dry lately. Terribly dry.
Yes, it has wrecked just chaos upon my skin. Look,
It
you
would
see how
be a
dry it
real
is?
shame if, lightning or something, if there were a lightning storm to come through places like a tinderbox.
I doubt it. I don't believe any of the weather forecasts foretold rain. I don't see any rain clouds moving in.
Nope, no, you're right. I suppose there isn't. And then I will actually use Druidcraft to try to predict the weather.
Okay. So you see. So how does this work? The effect might manifest in a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain. Okay, and so on. So you just see your orb. Uh, it's gonna be a cool summer day.
Alright.
And there is a light breeze, and the sky will be overcast.
Well,
That's what you get
there are
from your
clouds
orb.
rolling in.
Yeah.
There are clouds rolling in.
We've got a low pressure moving in.
Yeah.
We've got a low pressure system moving in. And 23% humidity.
Well, are we going to stay here in the tavern and drink our problems away, or are we going to go help that gentleman who was keeping us safe yesterday?
We can't. If we run, we'll be guilty.
He said we could leave as long as we return.
I doubt it. If we leave, it would only make us look more guilty. The twats.
I mean, it would until we return. In which case, it shows that we had faith in the system that is clearly broken if they are going to try us for murder.
To be quite honest, I don't trust any of these people.
I
I say-
mean, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I say we kill them all.
Again, like a
That's
tinder
what I was
box.
gonna suggest.
I can't help but feel that leaving here just will somehow cause more problems. I couldn't say how, but it's like somebody's trying to stitch us up.
Nope, that's fair. After last night, I don't much feel like partaking in wine currently. Stomach is still a bit sour. But by all means, indulge yourselves, and I will keep watch for anybody else trying to murder Giovanni today.
In which case, I should probably step away from the view of the door.
Yes, they do seem to like shooting at you near doors.
Maybe we should just shut ourselves in a room till it all blows over.
No, all the rooms are occupied.
They also all have windows, it seems, so...
Alright. So you guys are just gonna hang out in Phandalin all day?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're just going to hang around, and as time goes by, Giovanni's just going to get progressively more drunk and yell at people, am I correct?
I spy my little eye something brown.
Is it the dirt on that lady's dress?
No, close.
Is it my nervous shit?
No, I can't see that. No, I'm beginning to smell it.
Nico said that his ruling won't be till tomorrow, so just...
Yeah.
Is it the filth of this town's soul?
Yeah, that's it.
Very, very close. But no. Give up?
I believe Rendar still has a guess.
Something brown, Renda.
Oh, is he still there?
Yep, no, I'm still here. I'm thinking. Cheese.
No. The answer is the 5 liver spots growing on Toblin's bald head. Right there. If you can see it.
Oh, yeah, that's a fine eye you have there, Giovanni.
Yes, I've been trained to undress people with my eyes.
And I'm assuming the rest of the day continues more or less along those lines.
It's like king of the hill by the fence. Yep.
And you're just gonna stay here at the inn?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, as you guys are here, you see people going in and out, in and out. Nico's interviewing multiple people, all the head people of the town, pretty much. A few commoners you see go in and out. You see the lady, yeah, from the Green Giant Inn, or the Giant Inn go in. Uh, Giant, what was it? I always forget the name of that place.
Stonehill or the Sleeping Giant?
Yeah, Sleeping Giant Inn. You see her, Gerda, whatever, Kirsta, Gersta, yeah, Gersta. She comes in and gives you guys a look, like a little smile as she walks in.
I just give everybody coming in for interviews the dirtiest looks.
I do that little kind of like the winding up of my middle finger.
If
And
I
then
can.
wind it
That's
back
quite the
down.
clockwork construction you've got there.
Yeah. Gnomes made it for me.
Oh, I'm gonna get Amadeus to trip them as they walk past.
Every time someone walks by, they like trip and they look around and they don't see what they tripped over.
But they see me winding my finger up at them.
And every time they trip, Rendar's gonna laugh. Just
Well, not everybody, just the people we don't like.
well,
Like
no,
Gerda.
everyone who trips.
Is that not everybody, Giovanni?
I mean, I think Barthen still kind of likes me.
You during the day you also see like the guard was outside for a second. You saw almost like a big flash of smoke, and appearing inside that smoke is another. It looks like a cleric of some sort, and he's holding the scrolls that he asked for, and he comes in and he delivers them to Nico.
I'd quite like to have those scrolls somehow swap them over for scrolls of fireball. So when he reads them out,
The room just explodes.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, if we had a scroll of fireball, I would say let's do that.
I have got a 3rd level scroll.
You do.
I'm sure magic users could look at a scroll and tell that's not the
But
spell.
would they if they're assuming that it is a one scroll, are they just gonna like blurt out
Start
whatever's
reading it
on
off?
it, read
Well,
it off?
if the
and
words
then
are,
go,
it depends. Like if the words are like "I summon fire from so and so,"
don't-
opposed
I
to "I
don't-
summon the spirit of this."
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
We don't know how the magic works. It could just be a whole bunch of like gobbledygook. It could just be like
Yeah,
noises that they make.
or just words for magic ball, like translated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Mongolian throat singing is how scrolls are read now.
Yeah,
It's probably mostly draconic. Like that, isn't that what magic is written in?
yeah, or Elven.
Or
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
I would say. So, yeah, by the end of the day, you guys must be plastered by this point. If you're just gonna, are you just gonna keep drinking?
I am not drinking. I'm stating that I drank yesterday evening and had to be carried back. So today I am not drinking, and I'm keeping everybody safe to
I'm
the best
also,
of my ability.
I'm not drinking. I'm not spending any money in this place at all. They're not getting any of my cash.
No, Rendar hated the last time he had to clean up after everyone hung over, so no drinking.
Just
I'm
to
not.
spend the entire day with my arms crossed, just sitting in a tavern, making an awkward situation for everybody who walks in.
I feel like you have chewing tobacco too, and you're just spitting it right on the floor.
Yeah, it's like you're fucking with us, I'm fucking with you. Yeah. There's people like trying to have like a nice meal in the corner. I'm just gonna stare at them.
I'm not chugging the wine. I'm sipping. I'm sipping.
Yeah. So, how many glasses of wine would you have had through a whole day?
Just one all day.
Probably 3.
Okay.
I'll be also plucking my violin and guitar.
All right. So you what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say if he's playing his violin or guitar, anybody who pays any attention to him, I'm gonna go over and demand money from him. He's like, he doesn't play for free.
There's a few people who do watch him, and when you say that, they just they scoff scoff at you and then walk away.
Okay, good. The more awkward I can make this room, the better.
Yeah, Toblin sees this too, and he says, "If you're not happy here, you should probably go somewhere else."
I don't. We won't want to because trouble just seems to follow us around. So we're staying where we are until this whole thing is sorted out.
Suit yourselves.
In a very public place with lots of witnesses.
And Rendar's just gonna go up and stand at the bar and stare at Toblin.
It's pretty late. Well, not late, but it's like
Yeah, I don't want to piss Tobin off too much because he hasn't outwardly been shit to
No,
us.
he's like 6 feet back.
Yeah.
Just standing there.
yes, late afternoon, maybe 6 p.m. ish. And after his interviews, Nico comes out with Theus and his 2 guards, and you see them walking out the front. Toblin asks them where they're going or like what's next, and he says, "We're off to Trustendar Manor to talk to the old mayor." And then he walks out.
Yeah, fine. Let go. Fuck 'em.
Okay.
Hope more devils don't get him.
So
No,
I
no, I
said
hope
to
they
ask
do.
this out of character. Do you guys remember what happened?
When?
Yeah.
When
I
you-
believe,
when
yes,
you
we
killed-
kind of cornered him, and then Giovanni went to Town Master's Hall, retrieved the seal, forced him to sign over a house, and then we decapitated him.
Exactly.
I would question. Bearing in mind, like it as it happened, I know we did all of that. I'm not disputing that, but he was summoning devils. So wherever his soul now has gone, being in league with devils, he'd be burning in Avernus, wouldn't he?
But in all fairness, I thought we destroyed the head. I'm pretty sure we discussed that because I mentioned people
We
can
did.
No, someone
we did.
said no, because then someone said if you do that, it looks suspicious or something like that, right? And you guys said
Oh.
Because
Well.
they already saw it.
Doesn't it all come round to bite us in the ass?
Well, here's
I
the
don't
thing.
say.
Well, remember what I said? Because we're the ones that killed them, right? And this story is so unbelievably fantastical. It's just the words of a dead man. For all they know, he could just be trying to convict us. Because
True.
he's vengeful. We're the ones who killed him, anyways. So he would say anything at this point.
Yeah.
Alternatively,
Yeah.
leaning over the table with the group around me, I could duck into the ladies' room, wild shape into something teeny tiny, get all the way over there, take the head, leave, and hide it somewhere in the woods.
Turn into something teeny tiny and chew out its tongue. Then it can't talk.
There we go.
Actually, Zelaria, before you go do that, here, take this and bury it and throw
So-
it, and well, discard of it somewhere. Nobody will see. The
My-
hair
my-
of the
my-
maid's office key.
But however this plays out is how it's going to play out. But I still have issue with the fact that he was worshipping devils, and that regardless of how we killed him, I still think we did the right thing.
I think we did as well. Once devils or something, I don't care if you worship devils, but
Yeah.
when you start summoning them, that's a problem.
If we'd gone down there and he was kind of like poking a puppy with a stick, there, and we told him to stop and he didn't, cutting his head off would be a little bit extreme.
he was like pleading for his life for 30 minutes
know.
with you guys. Okay, I'm just
I know,
hoping
but
you guys.
was he or was he not summoning devils through a portal?
I remember even specifically him saying, "Let the law take care of it. Like let them judge him," and you guys still killed him.
Yeah, but the reason I killed him was that the very reason that he was saying that was let the law deal with it. Made it sound like he had the law in his pocket and that he was going to get off. It's like that's how it sounded to me. It's like let the law deal
No.
with me because it sounded like he was going to get out of jail free. Let the law deal with it because he
Because
had
he
a
is
bigger.
the law.
He is the law, and he had a bigger plan, and he'd get away with it. That's the exact reason why I killed him.
No, I understand all that, but I'm just trying to remind you. Like, if you were sitting there and all of a sudden you thought, "Wait, he's gonna go speak to the dead guy," like you guys would still be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stay here."
And that's
Yeah.
why I lean into the table and I mention that possibility. What does the party want to do?
I personally, I'll let it play out because I still don't think. I think that any more tampering
It's gonna look bad.
It's the way this is all going is that we're going to get stitched up regardless. So making it worse here and now is just going to bite us in the ass. So
I'm not against it because I would like to save my wild shape to turn into a horse and leave this town when things go sour. So that's fine. Giovanni, what do you think?
That's a wonderful idea. Here, Zelaria, do this. Do a favor for me. Take this. And it's gonna,
And make it go away.
in fact, bury it behind Thornton's house.
Okay. I will
Turn
take
into
the
a-
seal and the key.
Turn into a mouse and be converted.
if we had a tribe of goblins and we killed all the goblins and the last one spent 30 minutes begging for his life, we wouldn't think twice, would you? You'd kill it. Devil worshipper, killed him. No remorse.
All right,
And-
Rendar, we
and-
need a tiebreaker. Am I
and-
eating a dude's tongue? Is that happening?
Yeah, go on then.
Yep.
Sebastian, this is kind of out of character and tell me if it's too meta, but with the spell that you're going to be casting on him, there's got to be, he's probably going to be able to, is he going to be compelled to tell the truth? So he's going to tell you that he's,
It says they're not compelled to tell the truth if they consider the person like an enemy or they were like in battle with them. So I don't
Okay.
see him seeing the guy as an enemy.
no. So
Yeah.
there's no way that you can actually find out the whole story, is there?
Well, he can ask the guy, and the guy can tell him.
So
Yeah,
do
but
you think the guy's
you
going to
were
say,
the
"Oh yeah,
enemy.
I was worshipping devils," or is he going to say, "Oh yeah, no, I just happened to be down here. They dragged me down there and cut my head off." So, you know, it could go either way for it. You see my point?
Yeah, but I think he's
So
yeah.
we're kind of reliant on you, one NPC talking to another NPC, and whatever you decide to happen, it's going to happen, isn't it? So
Well, the way I'm seeing it, he's gonna ask him the true questions. He's gonna ask him like,
okay,
"Were you summoning
so,
devils?"
but,
And then he's gonna say,
oh, I might
Did-
just a little bit. It was
Yeah.
only part time. I'm not a professional. I'm just dabble in it.
"Yeah." I'm just saying he's gonna get all that information of what actually happened.
Okay.
So
Well, as long as he gets all the information that he was actually was summoning devils, because in my eyes, that in a medieval setting, somebody who is summoning devils is going to get killed.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm going to stand up and head over to Toblin and ask where the little girl's room is, and I'm assuming it's outside because outhouses.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make my way to the outhouse.
Okay.
Is it one of those ones with like the crescent moon carved in the door?
A
It is
crescent-
now.
Wait.
You know, like in Western ones where they have
Yeah,
like,
where it's like a little half moon
Oh yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna wild shape into a fly and try and fly to the manor and see if I get to where the head is before they do.
It wasn't. I mean, let's go back to the map.
Can you wild shape into a flying creature this early?
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
turn into a fly, but I can turn into a mouse or a spider. So something
into
tiny.
like, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Flying creatures aren't like to level like 5 or something. 10.
Yeah. Plus, it's not that far. Like by the time you guys were talking and getting your story straight, they would have been there.
So they probably already made it to the
Yeah.
head. Okay, so in that case, all I do is I turn into a mouse and I go to this building over here into the back.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look around. Are there people around?
Well, it's Haliotharin was right after you, so she would be there.
Is she in the house or is she out back?
Let's see. It's kind of late now, so she is in the office, and she looks like she's just going through some papers on a desk.
So just outside the window of her office, like out of view. I'm gonna hide around the corner or whatever I have to do. Press up against the wall.
Okay.
I will drop my wild shape, take out the seal and the key to the
Okay.
townmaster's hall, and kind of like throw them on the ground as if they had been hucked out the window of her office.
Okay.
And then I'm going to resume wild shape into a mouse again and head back to the outhouse.
Okay.
And then I'll drop wild shape, walk back into the tavern, and mention that I was only able to accomplish half the job for the group.
Wonderful. This calls for a song. In fact, I don't sing. This
Give me a stealth check since you were like outside the window doing stuff. See if you made any noise. Oh.
Pretty average.
uh, so while you're doing this, throwing her stuff and looking at your mouse, you hear like movement through the window, like a chair like back up, and, like as if someone was standing up. What do you do?
I mean, it only takes like half. It's a bonus action to wild shape, so I would have assumed I'd change, throw the stuff, and immediately change again. So when she looks out the window, at most she sees a mouse scurrying around.
Yeah. So yeah, she looks out the window and she looks down and she just looks like side to side, trying to see down the two sides of the building, and then she just goes back.
Guys, best case scenario, she finds the key and seal and takes.
Yep.
But
All right.
yeah, so that's what I do. I head back to the tavern.
Nice. uh, after some time, you see Zico come back.
So guys, I'm out of wild shape and take a short rest.
Vico. When you see Vico, he kind of gives you guys like an interesting look, and he just keeps walking though, and he goes back into his room.
I'm still sipping while I'm actually playing music now. Reciting a poem.
Yeah, the people. Most of the interviews are done for the day, so the only people in this tavern right now are the townsfolk, and they're. You just see people like they're always looking back at you and talking to each other and whispering. And are you gonna see how well your poem is? Do you say it to like
Sure.
everyone, or you just do it to yourself, like sing it to yourself?
I will probably get bored. I'll just head up to the stage at this point. My usual.
To stage right here.
Thine eyes I love, and they is pitying me, knowing thy heart torments me with such disdain. Have put on black and loving mourners be, looking with pretty ruth upon my pain. And truly not the morning sun of heaven better becomes the grey cheeks of the east, nor that full star that ushers in the even doth have that glory to the sober west.
Uh, people and the women in the audience love it. They're some. You see one lady like a tear coming down her eye. Some people clap, and a lady comes up to you. And says, that was beautiful. She says, "I really hope, with everything that's happening, that you guys turn out okay."
Thank you, my dear. I grab her hand if it's in sort of in grabbing vicinity,
Hmm.
and I'll just give it a kiss. Thank you, my dear.
She says, "I've only seen you guys do good around here." She smiles and walks off.
What kind of profession did she have? She's like a farmer or you know, maybe a laundry service.
Roll me, roll me 1d10.
All right. Wondering how quickly Giovanni's gonna go, wash his mouth.
All right, I'm just gonna go with this. She didn't. Uh, she looked like she wasn't weak or anything like that. She looked like she was kind of a tough girl.
Or
Uh,
like a farmhand, perhaps.
she looks like she might have seen like she looks like tough, like she's been in fights. So she doesn't look
Oh,
like a pushover.
cattle wrestlers.
Yeah, she wasn't really that good looking. She rolled a 2 on looks. uh, so so then the night's winding down and uh Vico never comes back out for the night. What are you guys gonna do? Just head for the night, or
We're gonna go turn in at the shack.
I wouldn't be able to no such thing. Toblin, prepare my room.
Toblin nods. He says, "You're lucky. We only have one left."
Thankfully, you're all welcome to join me. It's been a stressful day. I don't think any of you wish to be sleeping on the dirt or hammock.
Find the hammock rather relaxing.
All right,
Swings you back and forth. Back
What's
and
wrong with dirt?
completely up to you. I shall be on a nice feather bed.
Well, you and Costa enjoy your night then, and I will head back to the shed.
All right.
I was told it was a shack.
It-
As
well,
Rendar heads back there.
It's sort of both. Rather small, like a shed.
All right. So you guys go back to your places. Let's see. Uh, the night is quiet. You have like there's no sounds or anything. You don't hear anyone creeping up on you guys while you're sleeping or during the night, and you guys wake up fully rested in the morning.
I was gonna say that'd be fun to explain, having to go get the Nico guy first thing in the morning. Like, so we got attacked last night, killed like another 6 people. I know you told us not to, but
It's great.
it's difficult to show self-restraint when you're a bear.
All right.
So my
So
morning warm-ups, obviously.
you gotta do it.
Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought a better butter, and it was better than the butter Betty bought before.
I love this. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys more inspiration cards, even though you never use them. Oh, that's not how you do it.
Me.
Love it. All right. So yeah, you guys, you start your singing, and you can clearly hear through the walls, like, what the hell is that? and uh, besides that, you hear them that they're already up to, and they're already like coming out of their rooms. It's the veterans. All right, yeah. And Vico and Theus are also awake bright and early, and they're inside the tavern having breakfast.
I'll come in. Ah, Vico, are we under arrest yet?
He says, I will be gathering the town in 1 hour to give my verdict.
You know, you might as well just tell us now. If I'm to be dragged out of here by shackles, I'd rather do it with dignity, with nobody watching. My adoring fans would faint at the sight of it.
He says, I still have some more information to go over real quick with my associate here, and I will tell you all in 1 hour.
Longest hour of my life.
It will most definitely will be.
Rendar's gonna lean over there with Costa and can I kill him?
Oh, so you guys came to the inn, or are you still at your shack? Or where did you sleep?
Oh no, right, I'm at the shack. Never mind.
I'm still at the shack. I'm not getting out of there until I'm dragged out of there. I'm just laying in the hammock, swinging myself back and forth.
Literally asleep on the floor.
What's Costa doing? I always have a problem with his name. Greg, I think he left us. Fell asleep.
No, I'm here.
Greg, is it Costa or Costa?
Costa.
Costa. Okay.
It's like in between.
Yep.
With Greg's accent. Costa.
Costa, like Costco.
Costa.
He's just sitting in one of the chairs in the room, as in the bedroom.
Alright. So about as an hour goes by, Sildar comes and knocks on your door at the shack.
I literally just keep swinging myself in the hammock. Rendar, would you get the door?
He gets up, opens the door. What?
He says, they're going to be doing the ruling. We should make it back to the inn.
Well, you can just come get us with the verdict. It's fine.
Says it's best if we're all just there.
All right. Fine. Stands up. Kind of like brushes her fingers through her hair quickly. Puts it in a braid. Let's go.
Fine.
Okay. We all make it back to the inn. By this time, there are so many people crowding in here.
Sildar, I thought you were headed to Cornerberry.
I was gonna say on the way back, I ask, "Oh, how'd things go in Coneyberry?"
He says, "It. When did he go that morning?"
Yes.
I think he left us, right after that night.
And it's like multiple days travel.
Yeah. So he says, "I didn't make it."
Where the roads washed out.
He
It's
just
been so
says,
dry. That'd be odd.
With everything going on here, I just completely forgot, to be honest.
Well, we'll give you a hand once this is all wrapped up.
Said if they're still there, that would be great. Did where'd the veterans go?
They're right at that same table, right there.
Oh, there's other tokens on top.
I sit next to Giovanni and I just go, Giovanni, they've taken your stage.
Yes, I suppose they have. The cunts.
Halia Thornton walks in. You see Milsa there. There's Toblin's already there. Sildar's there.
Miss Thornton. Funny you should join us, but if you're here, then who's guarding Hades?
Since you're on this side, you scream that over the whole room.
Yep.
How many people in the room laugh at that? It has to be at least half. Come on.
Let's see. You hear two people smirk, and Halia Thornton gives them both evil looks, and they quickly stop. And she just gives you another dirty look, Giovanni, and she looks over at the at Vico and she says, "So what is it? Tell us what you found." And he stands up and he clears his throat and he says, "That's what he does. He coughs first, and then yeah, right.
All right.
He said, "That's okay." He says, "So, during my investigation, it was quite interesting. Seems a lot of stories just didn't come together." He says, "When I went to the manor to collaborate this, I got a completely different story from the old mayor than I've gotten from the crowd here." And he points at you four.
Huh. Amazing that the man summoning devils lied to you. That's quite surprising, isn't it?
He says, "Oh no, no, he didn't lie to me at all. He told me the exact truth. It was somewhat similar to your story, except for one major fact." And he said that he pleaded for his life.
You may well have done. Doesn't stop him. Doesn't mean that what difference does that make? I don't understand.
He says,
Like if he'd been down there murdering babies and then pled for his life, we still would have done it.
In all fairness, if anything, we saved this town a lot of money by they would have had to hold a whole formal trial. You would have had to be brought down here, and I'm pretty sure the punishment for summoning devils is still execution.
And how are you so sure that he wasn't trying to deliberately twist the truth, since we are his slayers after all?
he said, "Well, we're pretty confident.
How
We've been
confident?
doing this for a long time."
If I told you my foot smelled right now, would you believe me?
Yes.
Fun fact, that was a lie.
This man is an idiot.
It's entirely possible. He pleaded for his life.
He says,
He's dead.
he says he
So
had nothing to
so
hide.
The fact that he pleaded for his life, does that make him any less guilty of his crimes?
This investigation is not to determine if he is guilty. It is to determine if you are guilty of murder. My conclusion of this is
Are we guilty of murdering the devils as well?
And the orcs and the manticores.
devils don't have rights here.
Huh? But devil worshippers do. Devil summoners do. What does that say about your town?
I see how it is.
All of a sudden, devils have no rights here. I thought this was an accepting town of all races and creeds.
Now we're getting sidetracked here. He says, "I'm just here as a guest from the Fendelins. I don't know, what are they? They're elite." He says, "To do an
Devil.
investigation."
You mean Fandolin Knobheads United?
Devil worshippers anonymous.
I'm on nobody's side here.
You're clearly on their side.
He says, "You haven't even heard the ruling yet."
Okay, carry on. Carry on with it.
Carry on. I mean, I might as well bend over right now.
Would you like me to sharpen the stick for you, mate?
Jesus.
Rendar hefts his great axe. Huh?
No, none of this is necessary. He says, "My verdict is that you four are guilty of murdering a citizen, but with justification."
Told you it was justified.
He says,
I agree.
he says, "If you were Neverwinter, you'd be exiled for up to 5 years or given hard labor for 3 years. But since this is not Neverwinter, I've talked to the elders here, and they've all decided that you pay them 1,000 gold pieces."
Fuck that noise. How about we take exile
That-
for 5 years? I never want to be in this town again.
1,000 gold pieces? Are you daft?
Could we take the exile instead?
I'd rather be exiled from here forever.
Your contributions will help this town greatly grow into the town it should be.
And we got,
Oh, yes.
And
A
we're
cesspit,
finding us
apparently.
1,000 gold?
You're finding us 1,000 gold. I'm sorry, how much income has the mayor brought in?
Says,
Can we pay you in furniture?
How much is he worth?
he says,
Yes,
"Obvious-
apparently a lot of our chairs are worth at least 5 gold pieces.
obviously you'll be working for the town, doing jobs for them to pay this."
You're out of your minds.
Says it could
Are we
either
going to
be
have to role
that,
play building fences and
or you
painting
could.
barns and litter picking?
Would you prefer to do the 3 years of hard labor?
I prefer to be exiled forever.
I
from the
prefer to
north.
be exiles, yeah.
Yeah, can we take the exile?
Someone's gonna have to hold Rendar back because he's about to kill someone.
In fact, I'd rather go back to Baldur's Gate and have to face my ex.
You see the veterans. If you're like noticeably like gonna try to kill, like getting crazy, they all like grab their swords. They don't pull them out. They just put their hands on the hilt.
Like, it's like the
Toss
fake.
to control the half orc.
Okay.
After all we've done for you people,
He says, and this is why you're not. This is why you're getting off easy.
getting
Yep,
a
it doesn't-
1,000 gold, that's worth more.
Easy!
That's, first of all, 1,000 gold is more than any of you make combined
In a
forever, in your
lifetime.
entire lifetimes.
I'd, if
Sure.
I had 1,000 gold,
Except for maybe the woodworker who charges 5 gold pieces a chair.
How bloody wealthy do you think we are?
He says, surely you're adventurers, and by the way you dress, you must have money.
I'm not convinced this isn't just some elaborate ruse just to rinse us of money. That we come
By the
in,
way,
we do you a favour,
yes.
and then we pay you for the privilege.
My friend Rendar is half naked.
How about
Not wearing a shirt.
I have a counter offer? How about we go and kill the dragon for free?
A lot of people in this whole little room is like starts gossiping, like whispering to each other, and they says, "Well, this is up. This is for you and the elders to decide." He's like, "I've given my ruling.
Okay.
You do owe them something for their troubles."
Yeah, we'll continue doing the bloody quests for them.
I think we should offer to kill the dragon for free.
Good
And-
idea.
I think
And-
that's a fair deal. We'll rid this town of their dragon.
Rendar mad.
or just go prod the dragon so it comes and burns the fucking town down and just go somewhere else.
Well, it's
I
a
feel
white
like that
dragon.
was telepathically conveyed because that's exactly what I was thinking.
Rendar likes that idea.
It's a white
Yeah.
dragon, so you freeze.
You can see that Halia Thornton is not happy either with this. Like,
I will turn my chair like loudly so it kind of squeaks across the floor and kind of makes rattling noises till I'm facing directly in her direction. Lift my fist up and wind my middle finger up at her.
okay.
and kind of give it a couple of like thrusts up and down and then lower it again and wind it back down again and then noisily move my chair back to the position that it was in.
She just, yeah. She says, "This is preposterous. They're guilty. They should be put to death."
You in what army?
Could I ask the annoying little man, is there any justice for us? Well, how about her and her behaviour and her attempted links to the Zentarum?
She
Or
says,
is that okay?
She says,
That's acceptable here.
She says,
How are we supposed to behave the next time somebody attempts to take one of our lives in this city?
Before all that, Rendar's gonna make a move.
Uh-oh.
And I'm hoping Costa is ready.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fucking run at her.
All right.
I will let him get to the point where she is shitting herself and then I'll stop him.
Well, if he starts running at her, we're gonna roll initiative.
Like, it's
Because these
it's
two
less-
veterans,
it's less-
remember, they're like
it's
ready
less-
with their
okay.
hands on their swords.
Yeah, no, it's less so. It's more of I'm gonna put hands on you, not I'm gonna kill you.
putting hands on somebody is considered an
I mean,
attack.
it's
Ah.
half orc, so that's
How,
fair.
how the fuck
Yeah.
is she allowed to be such a cunt and we're not allowed to do anything?
She's not doing anything physically to you guys.
She did.
She's not even talking to you guys.
She's a bitch.
She nearly killed Rendar when we were deliberately attacking her, just trying to defuse the situation.
Incapacitate.
You guys held her captive in her own
We-
building.
Yeah, because we wanted answers.
She doesn't have to
That,
answer
that
you
you
guys.
can't. You have to admit
Okay.
that there's some suspicious shit going on there.
She doesn't have to answer you guys though. That's her
But
thought.
we don't have to answer to her though.
He's not raising arms. He's just walking at her.
Okay.
I'm suggesting that if we're on trial, then she should be on trial as well because she's a dodgy bitch.
Are you saying
and
that out
we're-
loud?
Yeah.
Uh,
And we said, well, and we have authority from numerous people in here that she's in league with the Zentarum.
Zico
From our
says
understanding, Zentarums are.
Vico is like, yes. Unfortunately, it is not illegal to be part of groups if she is part of the Zentarum. That has not been verified.
The Zentarum that tried to kill me.
She goes, if this was the case, then half the nobles in Waterdeep and Neverwinter would be arrested.
And so
Well,
if I get this
then-
straight, you want us to
Whoa, 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 whoa.
1,000 gold.
She
So
says,
if you're noble, you're allowed to kill people, and that's okay. But the very fact that we're not, and we're doing it ourselves, and not being abashed of trying to kill villains.
Halia
on
Thornton
trial.
looks at you and says, who says this Zentarum even kills people?
The
Oh,
fact
look,
that they
it's-
shot a crossbow bolt at Giovanni does.
Oh, look, everybody, a talking raisin. Nobody was speaking to you, darling.
She says, just pay up your 1,000 gold pieces.
You shut your face.
She goes,
We will
perhaps,
go.
yeah, go
we'll-
kill the dragon. You bring us his horde. How about that?
That's it.
Oh, no.
No.
No,
You
the deal
forget-
was we kill it. That's it.
We'll kill the dragon, and we'll bring proof of its death. If you want the horde, you can go get it yourself.
Well, as one of the elders of this town, I will not agree to this. I want you to pay your 1,000 gold pieces. Either way, by killing the dragon and giving us his horde, or finding other ways.
We're not going to. How do you know there's 1,000 gold pieces worth in its horde? How do you know what its horde is? Are you in league with the dragon?
She goes,
Just
it's a
like how
dragon.
you were in league with the mayor?
I'd question that she would know that much about a dragon, that a dragon even has a horde. Is she an adventurer?
I
What does she
think
know?
I think a lot of people know dragons have hordes.
Well, I don't know.
I think that would be common knowledge.
Okay, yeah. If she's willing to bring the horde back with her, then she can come with us. Let's see what happens with her on the road.
She says, maybe I will come with you.
Good. Pack your shit. Let's go, bitch.
We travel light.
Yeah.
So you don't have to bring any of those gaudy dresses you wear.
Anyway, so what will it be?
We will go kill the dragon. That's
Your
all.
mother.
No. You will pay 1,000 gold pieces.
It's not entirely up to her. It's up to the group, isn't it? So we could work off the 1,000 gold pieces, like 50 silver a day, which means that we're going to be in your town, we're going to be in this bar, we're going to be up in your grill for probably the next 3 months, or you can let us go and kill this dragon for you.
Yes, 3 months. Tomlin, why don't you reserve me that room in advance?
She says, well, as a group, we decided we told Vico that we would take the $1,000 gold pieces. So that is what it would be.
$1,000 gold. What the fuck?
What
That's like a gold ingot. $1,000 gold piece. Easy.
is it? Is it the group or is it just her? I'm confused now.
Well, they all agreed they didn't want to like send you away or exile you or put you in hard
Okay,
labor, so they said
That
they
they're
would
money
give-
grabbing cunts, and they
like
what you're saying, yeah.
yeah.
So what our counter offer is that we'll go kill the dragon, which they would have offered us probably about 1,000 gold pieces to do anyway. So that surely that levels it out. Wouldn't it be in their best interest with the potential imminent dragon attack? Isn't that a priority for them over this?
She says, Yeah, we would find somebody to pay them 1,000 gold pieces. No, like, I'm just kidding. So she
So
laughs.
yeah, I'm saying that
Hold on, I'm open to this. What kind of labor do you have planned for us to pay back this 1,000 gold pieces?
She says, "We can. I can get with the other elders and we could decide." She says, "Or you could just be exiled."
we'll get exiled and we'll go kill the dragon anyway, or we might actually shoo the dragon out of its nest and take the horde anyway.
At this point, I'd rather be exiled. Wait, if we're exiled, then that means we don't have to do these quests anymore.
It does, yeah.
Connorberry now up in flames by the orcs. Oh well.
You've
Move
caused
on.
so much trouble in here. I don't think we would mind.
Good. Good riddance to you. And I hope you welcome the dragon with open arms.
Uh, Vico chimes in and he says, "Furthermore, I have not finished." He says, "Also, in regards to Neverwinter, with your background, I don't think it is wise for you to come to Neverwinter."
Okay.
Good,
Why-
back to Baldur's
why-
Gate it is.
Why in the bloody fuck do you think we will go to that shithole?
What a dump.
Bunch of cheating footballers, I swear.
Well, my job
You
is
pay the
done
refs
here.
off every year.
Okay. So let me get this straight. That we're not allowed to go to Neverwinter and we're potentially exiled from here.
Why are
Really
we
could-
sticking around?
It's
I
really
see
could-
this as an absolute win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I go over and shake his hand and thank him for it.
Can we just not leave? Like,
You have to pay us to enter Neverwinter. Good lords.
And to come back here, to be honest. I still
Precisely.
say that I still say we go and find the dragon and try and reason with it.
reason with it to kill everyone?
Yeah, to come back here and
Well,
fuck
maybe
that
not
guy.
everybody, but like 90%.
Yeah.
Out of character, that would be
Marry it or
awesome.
keep
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let us leave. Pack
Right,
up our things.
write up the documents proclaiming our exile. You shan't see us in this town ever again.
Yeah. Do we have to
And
stand
good riddance.
do we have to stand for portraits so that they have them on like the notice board saying if you see this person here, they're not welcome.
You
Yes,
better get my nose right if you do.
Yeah.
You get my left side. That's my better side.
You see Holly Thornton, she's even more mad now that you guys have decided just to be exiled, and she scoffs and walks off.
Okay. On the way out, I'd like to on the top of our house maybe paint a great big red X just so the dragon knows where to
On the way out of the tavern, I stop next to Toblin and I shake his hand and be like, "Thank you for all the courtesies you've shown us in our time here. I highly recommend you sell, and soon."
He says, "No, we're here to build this town, and that's what we're going to do." He says, "It is unfortunate you're leaving. We could have really used that money."
Yeah, I bet you could. Well, can't say we didn't warn you. Off you.
It
I
was
did my
nice
part,
knowing
guys.
you.
I
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah. There's no helping some people.
Goodbye, Toblin. It
fe-
would seem I won't be needing that room anymore. Or ever again.
Oh, I feel fully refreshed and ready for the road.
Exactly. In fact, I feel like as though a weight has been lifted off my soul.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but there's like 2 or 3 houses I wouldn't mind putting to the torch on the way out of town.
Well,
But
I
I suppose the
don't-
dragon can deal with them.
Yeah, let the dragon deal with it. I think we've done all we
Overstayed our
can.
welcome.
Yeah. I think this town needs an enema. A dragon shaped one.
Oh my goodness.
Walking down the street. Goodbye, my adoring fans. Goodbye.
Bye.
Just remember, Halia Thornton is the one who. She is the guilty one who drove us out of town. I shan't return again. Remember me. And tell your friends if they don't live in Phandalin. Goodbye, Mary. Your stew was amazing.
She. You guys
I,
leave.
I do one last nervous poo just outside the Townmaster's Hall. Not actually like on the doorstep, but like on the little the pathway leading up to it. Just
Yeah.
I would curl one out in the middle there. Just as a
Jesus Christ.
one final fuck you to her.
Yeah, you do that, and let's see. There's like, oh my god, the town is buzzing right now. There's like 20 people in the road, and they all just watching you like disgust. Like,
Okay.
what the fuck? And some of them actually are
Pop a
just
spot,
like,
middle of a dude's walkway.
some of them are saying like, just get out of here, get out of here, leave us.
I can't just pinch it off. I can't.
You're disgusting.
I'm not a magician. Once it starts, there's no stopping. Hang on.
There are children here. Get out, leave our town. Like they all start
Well,
screaming. They start
stop.
screaming at you while you're squatting. Taking a
Yeah,
shit.
go. Well, stop watching me. It's not going to happen any faster with you screaming and pointing, showing your children. What kind of parents are you?
I can only assume Costa's just like wincing in between. just pushing it out little by little.
Yeah, I'll do that kind of like that dog squat thing where they kind of wipe their ass on the floor, and pull up my breeches and give one kind of flourishing, waving hand bow, and a quick winding up my middle finger, and then stroll out of town.
So the entire time, Rendar's just trying to block their view. Just no, don't look at this.
Yeah, they were disgusted and yelling at you guys.
Okay. Oh well.
Oh, jeez.
So
Well,
you-
let's go find a dragon to raise the town. And then maybe we can convince some brigands to move into what remains of it.
Yeah. Surely after all of this, we've leveled up.
You're you were supposed to do the quest to level up.
Oh yeah,
We
would
make
have
our
done
own
quest.
quests.
Oh
We
my
would have
God.
done quest, but we've been held on trial for I don't know how long.
It's been a few days at least.
If we do any of the other quests now, then we're just helping out the town, and we've made it quite clear that we don't want to do that. So
We can always do the opopposite of the quests.
Yeah.
It's like
or
go
help.
deal with these orcs. It's like or counterpoint, we could go
Okay,
equip
we
the
ha-
orcs.
we have still got all the quests, haven't we? We could go.
Yeah, you
let's
still
go do
have
the
them.
opposite. Let's go do the opposite to all of the quests.
I mean, I don't know. It depends how you look at it. Doing
That's
it
how
could
we're
help.
looking at it.
Doing it could help you out too because you get money and stuff. But
No,
I
we
don't-
don't
we
get
don't- we-
money out of it.
We won't. We're exiled from the town now, so we can't do those quests. So we can
And
either.
any money we
No,
made from the
I'm
quests would
saying
have gone back to paying off our debt.
I'm saying through
And-
treasures, like in the quests.
Yeah.
Ah.
We could still go do that. So, but just so if it's like an orc camp, don't kill the orcs, but take their stuff.
Negotiate with the orcs. Tell them
And-
like, hey,
but
you
hang
should
on.
attack from this angle.
There's the orcs
I'm
wake
upset.
up and there's all these like new weapons from the other jobs you've done.
Obviously, if we go into an
I
orc camp,
totally know this town that's super vulnerable right now.
obviously if we go into the orc camp, we want to make sure that they don't deal with the code legal as well, because I don't want to do all this again.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Goodbye, Barthen.
But I mean,
I shan't see you again.
being very meta, we can't at the level we are at the moment. We're not going to be
Deal
able
with
to
the
go
dragon. There's
deal
no
with the
way.
dragon. No,
We
it's
can't
just-
even negotiate with the dragon.
no.
You
So
can
we do
always
need
try to
use- we
negotiate
do
with the
need-
dragon. What do you
Say
mean?
that.
White dragons are like bestial, aren't they? They're not. You
Yeah.
can't reason with white dragons.
They're not that intelligent.
They're
No.
they're pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Rendar's not very intelligent.
Yeah, we know.
What is its intelligence?
10.
Oh, you're intelligent.
Enough to speak.
Oh, he's also not very charismatic.
10 is average.
Yeah, 10's
intelligence.
average.
Goodbye, Barthen.
10's as smart as any of these other NPCs in here, technically.
I'm gonna stop and talk to
Apparently.
the sister Gariel of the Shrine of Luck.
Okay.
And thank you
We
for
should,
all of your lovely hospitality. I highly recommend you start praying quite
have
a lot.
She
have
says,
we still got the devil worshipping book,
uh,
or has
We
she
do.
got it?
yeah.
Okay, we should definitely go and put that in the wrong hands.
Oh God.
Oh, I think we could definitely arrange that.
Yeah. See if we can find like a red wizard of Fae locally, and he'd probably have to do something terrible with it.
She says, "Oh, dear child, I assure you, I'll be praying for you."
Oh, I'm not so worried about us. Actually, come to think of it, I'm not worried about much of anything.
I'll,
But best of luck.
I'll still pray for you out there in the wilderness. I hope you find a new home.
Zelaria, stop talking to her. She's the one who tried to get us to pay 1,000 gold.
She says, "We only did it because we didn't think you'd want to leave or do
Really?
hard labor."
What on
Really?
earth made you
When-
think that we wanted to stay?
Considering how we've been treated by everyone else in this town.
I, she says,
You were the one bright light in this town, and
Yeah, you
it's a
deserve a
shame to see
holiday.
you go.
she says,
You
we
deserve give.
we didn't hate you. No one hated you here. It was just a lot going on.
Yeah, that's all right then. Yeah, so
Well, I wish I could say the feeling was mutual and make my way down the street.
yeah, maybe you should have a vacation. Have a little think about everything you've done. Maybe
Maybe
10,
travel to
15 miles away.
Neverwinter. I hear they are.
Yeah,
It's a great place to visit this time of year.
She says, "Well, may Timora's luck follow you wherever you go."
yeah. I think you'll be needing it more than us, but cheerio.
As I'm walking north as heading into town, do I see like the sign like "Welcome to Fandolin"?
Yes.
I'm gonna tear it out.
Just remove the sign.
I'm just gonna like just kick it down right from the ground. If I can, I'm just gonna shoot a fireball through it. Bolt.
as as you guys are walking away and doing this, when Sister Gariel said, "May Timora's luck follow you wherever you go," you all actually feel like a tingle flow through your bodies at that moment.
Okay.
Wonderful. That'll give me inspiration for taking down this sign.
When I catch up to Giovanni, who's ripped the sign out and hit it with a couple of fire bolts, I'm just going to use Druidcraft to start growing some vines on it in the shape of a hand flipping off whoever's coming into town.
Yeah. If I hadn't just taken the shit, I would have taken the shit on that as well. I don't think I can squeeze another one out there.
So you all can use the luck feat once.
Okay.
A lucky feat. Yep.
Cool. Amadeus, let us be off. And
I get to the town border and I'm like, ah, shit, 1 second. I head back to the shack and I tear down both hammocks.
Oh yeah, hammocks.
Okay.
And then I set fire to the shack. If we can't have the furniture, nobody can.
Good. Oh God. All right, let me see. Yeah, so you just light it up and walk away while it burns in the background.
Yep.
Like it burns behind you, like in the movies, going up
Yep,
in slow
like
motion.
cool guys don't turn around and look at the fire.
Yeah. You hear a few people start like screaming and fire, fire, get the buckets.
All we asked for was complete control. I don't understand.
Yeah.
We would have restored order in this town.
All right, let's take a 10-minute break.
While Sebastian rewrites the entire adventure.
No, plus you guys gotta figure out what you're gonna do. That's great. But
Random
yeah.
encounter. Hey guys, run into like 17 owl bears. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
We could we should have a sit down and have a look at what other jobs that we would maybe get paid there rather than get paid in town for. I can't remember what jobs we had though. Did
The
we do
one-
the dwarf? Did we do the dwarf one?
The dwarf one?
Was there a dwarf?
Me.
I can't remember where the
We did. That was the one where we got the sending stones.
Oh yeah.
From what I have, orcs have attacked Butterskill Ranch.
Yeah, I put you on,
something
yeah.
along the Tribor Trail.
Loggers Camp, Mountain Toe Quest.
Guys, we could go back to that mining operation where we let the guy go in by himself and probably get killed by the were-rats. And we can go just collect all of his stuff and get paid from that.
Oh, that was amazing.
I wasn't here for that one, but
Yeah, they escorted the guy all the way to the mine because they lost contact with it. They get there and there's like it's full of were-rats. So the guy's like, "Yeah, help me kill these were-rats," and they're like, "No, our job was to bring you here. We want our 100 gold pieces." And so the guy like he charges at the were-rats and starts a fight, which everyone joins in because he hasn't paid them yet. And then after he killed them, he's like, "Yeah, let's go in there now and get the rest of them." They're like, "No, you owe us $100 or 100 gold pieces." So he finally gave it to them, and then they're like, "Bye," and he's like, "Wait, you're not going in?" Yeah, and then the last they saw of him was him rushing through the door to go kill all the were-rats by himself.
okay.
Pretty safe bet how that ended.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the Butterskull Ranch one, we would only get paid if we went to see Harbour Western, so that's not an option. And the Loggers Camp one is returning to Harbour Western.
Well, I mean, we could go to the Tribor, the Coneyberry, and instead of going to the city proper, we can look for the orcs and see if they want help attacking Coneyberry and whether they're willing to pay us or not.
I am half orc. That might work.
Yeah.
Alternatively, Coneyberry isn't Phandalin. They might be more welcoming to us. We could set
Yeah.
up shop there.
Yeah. Maybe we could tell the people of Coneyberry that Phandalin are gearing up, ready to attack them.
Yeah, and they just come to a real devil incursion.
Yep.
And you know, after that orc attack, there's probably some vacancies,
I was
a
gonna
few empty
say,
houses.
as we're hitting the road, I'm gonna be playing that song over and over and over again on my violin.
Feel
Go
like
on.
every 10 seconds of that song or so, you watch as Zalaria turns around, looks at Phandalin, and flips it off, and keeps walking.
Just when you think it's about to end.
At some point, long after Phandalin's left our sight, Zalaria brings out her little tambourine and is do 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 do.
Oh my god.
So they're going to die, aren't they?
Yes. Not by our hands directly, but we'll definitely figure out a way to that dragon's wrath to take them out.
Well, in the meantime, let us go kill some orcs. I've been
Okay.
I've been dying to kill something, or rather, I've been dying to watch you people kill something while I assist.
Is that orcs or the go and get the free money from the guy who's obviously now dead in the mine? Which are we closest to? Are they on both the same direction or?
Well, we already have the bounty from Don John Raskin.
Yes,
By
but we could take all of
now-
his belongings.
If his dead body is in the mine, then there's potentially more money just sitting there to pick up.
Very true.
as well as perhaps a mining claim.
However, I don't believe he's dead. The last time we departed, he was infected with lycanthropy, or rather, ratcanthropy. He was bitten by a rat, a large one.
So he's aware at now.
Very possibly. It has been a few days.
So yeah, you've been to the Mountain Toads gold mine. That's the one with the rats, I believe. Yep. And then you can see Connorberry's way up here and Butterskull Ranch. Those are like both almost 2 days away.
Should we head to the mine and then from there go to Coneyberry and see if they are more willing to pay us for our help?
Yeah.
Sure, it's on the way.
We could cross over the mountains and go to Crypt Garden over here. There's completely
there's
fucked.
Somebody there that
Completely.
we could give a grimoire and maybe persuade to attack Phandalin with a bunch of devils?
There's an ancient green dragon living in there called Norbones, old Norbones. But that would completely fuck Sebastian over.
Wait, what was that?
So, but the campaign that I'm currently running as a DM,
Yeah.
my party are in this forest here, which is called the Crypt Garden,
Uh-huh.
and in Dungeons and Dragons Forgotten Realms lore, there's an ancient green dragon in here called Old Norbones.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, but I was just fucking with you. I was like, we should go there, go in there, just to throw a complete spare in the works.
Hey, I could put it together.
Oh,
That's Kirsty. I made a whole like all these dungeons on the spot one game.
I would like to say we are level, what, 3?
Yeah.
Maybe trying to convince an ancient green dragon to go attack a city because we hate it. Although maybe he wants more cultists.
yeah. I mean, we could become
We could promise to bring him
it's
loot.
we could claim to be Cult of the Dragon because that oh, this is too meta. I'm sorry, but she that particular dragon whose real name I can't pronounce, but she is toying with the idea of becoming a Dracolich, and the Cult of the Dragon are the ones who do that for them. So they basically go in and turn dragons into Dracoliches in Forgotten Realms lore. We could go in and claim to be them and we'd help her become eternal if she goes and fucks over Phandalin and then just like
All right. So you're heading off to the mountains.
well,
Toad?
maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna do?
We'll go to the mine, I reckon. Up to the group.
All right, I think the mine's probably a safe place to start. We can see what's left of our friend and his belongings.
All right. Yeah. What are you gonna say?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you start heading off to Mountains Toe Gold Mine. It is a nice hot summer day, and the sky is still in clear. And all the way there, you have no encounters, and it takes you about 5 hours. 5 hours to walk it.
Well, it's not so bad. It's a nice little excursion.
Taking notes real quick. Let me put you on the map. Oh, Render's already there. Costa. Can you all see?
I can.
Yep.
Yeah, you since you've been here before, you remember how to get there pretty easily. You find the entranceway. When you look at the entranceway, you see two humans just standing there talking.
Huh. I guess Don John was stronger than we thought he was.
What are you gonna do?
Well, Giovanni, would you like to go find out what happened to our good friend?
Don't mind. Do they look dangerous?
Nope.
Okay. Greetings. Good morrow, my fellows.
They look up and say, uh, "Can we help you? Like, why are you here?"
We are in search of our old friend Don-John Chaskin.
They say, "You're friends with Don John?"
Well, more work acquaintances, but yes.
The one he looks at the one to the right and says, "Why don't you go get him?" And she agrees and she walks off. And this one says, "Yeah, if you wait right here, I'm sure he'll be right out."
Now, when they said, why don't you go get him, did it sound like they were going to retrieve the beast that is going to try and murder us? Or more like, hey, he survived and he might be interested in meeting these people?
Give me an insight check.
Man, I wish I was better at that.
He seemed like, yeah, go get him. Like as if she went off to go get him.
Well, okay, interesting.
A good maybe 3 minutes go by, and they both come out. You see this lady with Don John, and the guy says, "Yeah, these people say that you're their friends." And he looks up at you and he says, "Well, I wouldn't go that far."
Oh, come
Ah,
on, Donnie.
you survived.
I'm
This
so glad to see it.
thanks. It's like no help from you.
Ah,
Was that
evidently you didn't need it. Look at you coming
What
in here
a
and
spick
cleaning
and
everything
span.
up.
Listen, have you developed an affinity towards cheese in the past few days?
He goes, "Nope, we're just doing business here." He's like, "Can I help you? What made you come back?"
We thought we'd come in and check on you.
He's like, "Well, I'm right here. Thanks for checking."
Pray tell, how did you shrug off the were-rat?
He said, "There wasn't that many of them in here."
But I saw you bit him.
Like, yeah, luckily I didn't get infected. Must have that strong constitution.
Yes. Anyways, toodaloo. We're on our way. We shall be on our way.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
is it his mine? Or is it just a mine?
I believe he was brought here to check in on the mine because they lost contact. And I'm guessing now that they've restored contact, he's staying on security detail.
Are you guys asking him this?
I mean, can we go in the mine?
He says, "No, you can't go in there. It's a dangerous place. You don't want
It's,
rocks
it's,
falling on your head or something."
it's okay. I've brought a hard hat.
People are hard at work in there. There's no reason to go in there.
You don't want to give us a tour? Come on. And show us all your hard work.
He goes, it's not typical that people let anyone just come into mines.
Where,
He
It's a
said it's
guided tour. What are you afraid of us doing?
he said this mine is owned by Neverwinter. It's a gold mine. They can't let you in there.
Right. Well, I thought we were closer than this after spending so much time on the road together, but I see how it is.
I might flash my FBI badge. I'm just
Okay.
trying to think. Yeah.
He says, I mean, you're just flashing it in front of his face, or Do you actually say something?
Yeah, I was trying to think of a new pseudonym for it that might involve mine somehow.
He goes, I don't know why you're waving that around. But
Frontier Burrow Investigation.
Fronian Borough investigators.
he says,
Uh,
nope,
where-
this mine's all cleared out. It's like it's back to its normal running self. He says, I would thank you guys, but you didn't really help me.
Oh, ouch. That it strikes me right here.
To be fair, I wasn't here.
Says, well, if that'll be all.
Onwards to Coneyberry, since evidently our friends do not wish to socialize or put us up for the evening.
He seems a bit of a rude prick.
Northerners, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Is that all?
I guess so. Like I'm not gonna attack two people standing in front of a mine.
Yeah, they're just looking at you. Like, looking at each other, looking at you.
If we've got any cheese, could we just kind of like put a piece on the floor and see what he does?
Yeah.
Just tuck a piece of cheese like halfway between us and him. Like
Yeah, just glob it on the ground and just watch him, see what he
it's a nice
does.
Asiago. Saying
Uh,
age to perfection.
Like, and so going, "Cool, can
Yeah.
you smell that? Cool, that smells good.
you you do that. You throw a piece of cheese. This is funny. Let me just see something. And when you throw a piece of cheese, it like lands right here in front of this guy, and you do see like a weird like he like quickly like he like smells it and he like goes like his body jerks real quick, but then he stops.
Okay, I'll throw another piece of cheese a little bit closer to him. Just stand there with like a lump of cheese in my hand, just breaking little bits off like I was feeding ducks. Just
Uh, he,
throw another bit a little bit closer to him.
he says, "What are you doing that for?"
I'll tell him that I'm lactose intolerant.
He's like, "That's perfectly good cheese right there."
Okay, well, feel free. Eat it. Go on.
She says, "We're not going to eat it off the ground."
Okay,
I
well,
mean, who are we to judge?
I'll throw a bit at his face.
Oh god. Yeah, you throw it in his face. You can see him get even like just angry, and he's like, "Do that again, and we'll fight. I'll kill you right here."
Whoa, over a
I'll-
bit of a food fight? This is ridiculous.
I'll break one more piece off and say, "Come on, catch," and throw it and go to try and throw it into his mouth.
Like a nice arcing lob.
Yeah, like you do to like if you're sitting up like, on a sofa with a friend and you chuck them a peanut and they catch it, like that kind of thing, to see if he does it.
So you do that, and he goes to lounge at you, but she puts her hand up and grabs him in the arm and says, "Don't, just let them go." She says, "Just leave, get out of here."
Are they were rats, not swear rats?
She says, "Leave now. Stop annoying us."
We should leave a trail of cheese as we go.
Yeah. So leave a trail of cheese and then have like a cardboard box that's kind of like held up with just a twig
What is
and a bigger pile of cheese underneath it.
what is Rendar doing at this time? Oh, you can't even see anything, can you? Did we lose him? What is Giovanni doing?
Watching an amusement.
All right. So yeah, they're taunted and they look angry and they're like she keeps holding him back and he's like trying to like doing that whole macho thing like I'll beat your ass.
Very fine aged Asiago is all I'm saying.
I'll go
Get
pick
out
up
of
the
here,
cheese
old
again.
man.
I'm gonna go back and pick up the pieces of cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you
and
get
kind
up,
of
he like kicks one at you, and he's like, Get your cheese out of here."
hey, that's perfectly good cheese.
Do you eat a piece off the ground?
Yeah, of course I do.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't lick my fingers and go, oh, that is nice. Missed the chance there, son. And all the other bits, I'll just kind of crush it back together and make it into like a one big lump and put it back in my backpack.
When you do that, this guy, you see him just getting more and more like, he can't hold his anger in as much. She just keeps holding him back. Like, stop it, control yourself.
I kind of stand and I'll look him kind of up and down. Are you all right there, boy?
Yeah, he's like, just get out of here.
Looks like his hackles are up.
Yeah. I was like, sure, I can't interest you in a piece of cheese. just a little nibble. Go on, God, you want it, don't you? Go on, enjoy a piece of cheese. Bit of cheese. Go on. Let's get boy. Go on.
He loses it, and he just runs. He just breaks away from her, runs up to you, grabs that piece of cheese, and just starts eating it.
Does it trigger a transformation?
You don't see a transformation, but he's eating it like an animal. It's like two hands, like holding it like with his two hands, just like chowing it down. She
As it-
screams and she says, "What are you doing?" And she like tries to grab him and knock it out of his hand.
Okay.
And
But it doesn't transform. Doesn't grow a tail.
hold on, I keep rolling in the background for. She you don't see a tail or anything, but the way he was eating it was definitely not like
Rat.
yeah, it's
If I've
like holding it like
if I've
two little paws up in the air, like holding it.
okay, if I've learned anything from this campaign so far, is that there needs to be no question of a doubt. I'm not going to try and cut his head off unless
Oh my god. I
I
mean,
can't look to the others and kind of shrug my shoulders. It's like I still can't tell. I don't know.
that's
me
what
go,
insights are for. Insight checks.
did you warn them about the cat behind them?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
What they're there for.
Does an inside check hold up in court?
Needs to be witnesses. Nobody knows we
Oh
were
my
here.
god. So dumb. I forget.
14.
Okay.
That's my first roll of the evening.
I'm pretty sure I've only rolled a stealth and an insight so far.
Okay. Well, that's her. You see that it's like you said, like I can't tell, but it's definitely different, like strange the way he's eating this cheese.
Yeah. I kind of turned to the other three and kind of shrugged my shoulders and like, what do you think?
I don't think it's worth our while. Can always
No.
come back later.
Okay.
Maybe I'll come back disguised as a panther. See what they do.
Well, I'd like to say that banana bread is my favorite food, and I cast hideous laughter on the guy eating the cheese.
Okay. Count
See if I can trigger
wisdom.
see to get him to drop his disguise or whatever.
Got a 16. Oh, actually, no, because he's going crazy on this cheese. So I'll give him disadvantage. He gets a 9. When you cast that on him and he's like just trying to chow down on this cheese and she's trying to stop him, You cast that spell, and he just like breaks out into laughter and just falls to the ground. And when he falls to the ground, it just goes boop, and you see this rat there. And she kind of screams, and she says, "Oh my God, what happened?" And she picks him up.
Oh, insight check on that. Is she lying?
Give me an insight check.
Like she doesn't know that he's a were rat? Ugh, garbage. All right, I believe her. Well,
Yeah, you believe
wow.
her.
I turned to Giovanni. Why'd you turn him into a rat?
No, I wanted to check too, but
I mean,
I didn't turn him into a
everyone
rat.
could check if you want to, Costa as well. Greg's there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Uh,
Insight. There you go, 17.
okay, you don't trust anyone, so you just know that she's lying.
I was like, she's lying.
And
I don't know, Costa. Yeah, I mean, she seems pretty honest to me. Like, what, Giovanni? Why would you turn him into a rat?
she takes him and she
think-
starts running in. She goes, "I have to show everyone this."
Well, no, my dear. Before she gets out of range, I'm gonna try to hold person.
All right, so we roll initiative at this point. Hey.
Oh, come on. Could have used that 20 on something else.
To say wasted the natural 20 on the initiative.
All right, everyone is in. Giovanni.
I casted the whole person
Okay.
for it.
On her, I'm assuming. Yep.
Yep.
So wisdom save. I need to get my macros on this game. I always got a 14.
That's pass.
I got two 14s.
Well, shite.
Yeah, so you cast it on her and she resists.
Well, get them. Get them. Inspire is hilarious.
I'm still pretty sure she's telling the truth, and I just go, why would you do such a thing? We have to go get him back, and you need to fix this, and I will take some movement.
Grab a hold of them tightly and bring them back.
And action, I will dash to get here, and she'll be like, no, wait, my friend will fix this. This is terrible. I am sorry.
All right, so she she just says, no, I'll handle this. This isn't your problem. And she's going to continue to move. But I'm trying to decide how that works since she's carrying him. I don't know if you would get an
Half
opportunity.
movement.
I mean, he's a little rat.
I mean, I'm not gonna take an opportunity attack, so it can work however you want.
Okay.
Because as far as I'm concerned, she's still telling the truth.
All right, so she's going to here. 2 feet. Open the door. I'll say 25. And open the door. Yep. Okay, in her hand, he pops back into a human. And he
Does it
said,
roll? Did he save?
huh?
Did he roll a save?
From what?
The laughing.
I thought you did that last time. Oh, you rolled it. You did it again.
Oh no. Oh well, I guess even if I cast the spell, break concentration.
Wait, when you did it before, he succeeded.
No, you failed. That's why you turned into the rat.
Oh, yeah, but okay, but you did cast
Hold person, which would have
hold
dropped
person.
concentration
Yeah.
on the.
Okay. So yeah, he turns into a person, and he resists her, and he says, "No, let me kill that bastard."
Oh, just a harmless prank. No need for anybody to die.
Costa.
I'm going to draw my axe and ready in action that if he comes and attacks us, I'll attack him.
Okay. Giovanni. You see her, she's struggling with him, trying to pull him through the door. But he's just annoyed and angry at this point.
The guy who said he was gonna kill us.
Or
Firebolt.
he's mostly mad at Costa. He's like looking at Costa like he wants to beat the old man up.
I gave him cheese. I gave him. Oh, it's rude.
Yeah, you're right. I say, calm down. We were only trying to defuse the situation. Please, come back. I'm gonna try to persuade him.
I mean, he wants to come back so he can fight Costa.
Trying to defuse the situation.
Okay.
Please. Everybody calm. 'Twas a prank. The cameras are here, there, and there.
He's not gonna listen.
Does
Valeria.
I guess his friend doesn't listen either.
Seeing him turn
Does the
back
what?
into.
His friend doesn't listen either.
She's trying to pull him through. She's a little scared right now.
Seeing that he's turned back into a person, like, oh, well, thank you, Giovanni. That was a cruel prank, although hilarious. And I will take some movement back towards where we were. And that's going to be it.
Alright, she keeps tugging on him. But it's unsuccessful to pull him out. He's able to break free. He runs towards Costa. He dashes. Costa. She screams out, "No, you're gonna get us all killed!"
Still hasn't attacked anyone yet, though.
No.
Not as yet.
No, so I'm going to still keep a ready action.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Giovanni.
Do I see him swinging?
Yeah, he looks like he's about to.
I will vicious mock him. I will viciously mock him.
Okay. A 9.
That's a disadvantage. Thou art the rudeliest welcome to this world.
He grabs his head in pain for a quick second.
And Sherry, you are a beautiful man. Inspiration.
Yeah. But having a sneaking suspicion that they're actually were-rats, I'm going to wild shape. I'm going to look at him and be like, I suggest you back up. And I will wild shape into a panther, which is a medium beast. I won't change my token because we don't have one set up for it. But yeah, I'm going to bonus action wild shape into a panther. And I'm going to move back a bit so that if I need to attack, I can get a running start.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. She sees that, and she pulls out her short sword, but she screams into the hall, "We're under attack!"
Once again, painting us as the bad guys, I see.
Not. Because you can't reach him. So it was a hand crossbow she pulled out. uh, yeah, she's gonna run with her sword out. She's gonna dash up to him. You see this guy just just again morph into a big, tall, furry creature on two hind legs, and he starts to lunge at Costa.
Okay, so I've got a ready to attack, yeah?
Yep, but he can't attack anyway on this move. So you do your ready attack.
Yeah. I'm doing it. Yeah, good.
A hit. Nice. Yeah, you do some damage. Whoa. So you go to slash him, and nothing happens apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say that they're immune, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a resistance, but
Yeah,
it's not.
I didn't want to be meta, but I was like, I've kind of got to go through with it.
Anyway, he just turned into a big rat in front of you. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you slash at him, but nothing happens.
Okay.
It
so
cuts
I
him,
guess-
but then it just heals right back up.
Okay. I'll shout to the area that we've got a problem here.
Now, are they immune to slashing or just non-magical damage in general?
I guess we don't know.
Yeah, I guess you don't know.
Yeah,
But, I mean,
Oh,
do you know
boy.
out of character? I don't know.
I know out of character. Yeah, it has to be a magical weapon or it has to be a silver weapon.
Oh boy.
So bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical attacks.
I did not. I must have missed that last time. I thought it was resistance last time.
And that's immune.
Oh boy, guys. This is gonna be interesting. Zalaria does not know that, so.
But do your attacks count as magical yet, or you're still too low?
Nope.
For that? Oh, okay.
Pretty
So-
sure not yet.
Costa, what are you gonna do?
So that's pretty much all I could do for that go, isn't it? 'Cause
Well, that wasn't
that
that was
my...
that was your
That was
ready
your
action.
readied
So
action.
now it's
That was
your
my-
regular turn.
Okay, so I'll disengage and move
Okay.
behind Render.
Rendo is standing up, sleeping. Giovanni.
I see the wound not do anything. Well, That is new. That is quite new.
You broke up. I don't hear.
Yes, I sure.
Oh.
I'm just deciding. Well, I haven't used this spell before. On the one next to me.
Okay. What are you gonna suggest?
I suggest that calm your friend down because we're your friends. In fact, you should invite us for. You should give us a royal welcome as we are esteemed guests.
All right. Wisdom save. She fails. Yeah, she immediately just her eyes just go like little like dizzy or something, and she runs up to yeah, she starts screaming at her friend. Stop it! They're our friends. Is that all?
I shall move away.
All right. She will not take opportunity attack.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
I know the smart thing to do. I gotta see what my speed is. Panther 50. I will take movement to get to here, and I will hold my action for a claw attack if it moves into melee range.
Okay. She runs up to him, tries to get in his way. Or Dex, actually. All right. She runs up to him and she grabs onto him and is restraining him. He is going to try to break out. He is restrained for a second, but he's able to break out, and that is his action. He runs up here. Costa.
Should we cheese it?
Yeah, I'll throw some more cheese on the ground. So yeah, I'll throw cheese here.
Okay.
Like my whole piece of cheese, I'll just lob it down there.
Okay.
And get ready to retreat because there's nothing I can do to.
In
I
this
think that-
form, there's nothing I can do. I can drop my
Yeah,
wild shape
yeah,
and cast
I-
spells.
I'm pretty sure that Costa would have, if he'd hit him and knowing full well that that should have damaged him, and just to see the wound heal up,
All
that
right.
would have totally made him want to run away.
So you throw a piece of cheese here, and you see this rat. He's already like in rat form, and he just looks at it. And he gets even more frenzied. But then you see her. She looks at it too, and thinking, "Oh, these guys are my friends. It doesn't matter what they see." She turns into a were rat.
Oh no. It's time to leave.
Like on her turn, she does, but you still see it like now. Giovanni.
Well, time to go.
Exit wants stage left.
All right, so
Yeah,
you guys are
I
gonna.
also was kind of getting ready to run if that was.
All right, yeah,
The
you
rest of my
guys,
going.
you guys start running, and with the cheese on the floor, the rats just drop down and just start eating it up and not chasing you.
Exit stage left pursued by a bear. Let's go.
Yeah,
I think we're all just gonna hightail it away.
you guys just run away like looking behind you as these two rats are just on the ground chewing down on all this cheese. Oh, yeah.
Once we get significantly far enough away, I will drop my wild shape and be like, "Well, that was a thing that happened. Let's never go there again."
That is it. They shall be. Oh, we should have led them to the town instead.
Ah, they could have been Phandolin's problem.
Yeah, then it would have been a town full of were rats rather than just
Not
a town that
our,
hates them.
true, but not our problem. Not
Yeah,
anymore, at least.
I think complete decimation by dragon breath is the better course of action.
The way to go.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is infinitely more cruel and satisfying. See, they see their loved ones morph into disgusting rats, and then, as they begin to get used to their pathetic lives,
The
they
dragon
get killed
shows up.
by a dragon. Exactly. And you get to see their loved ones die before them again.
So since you guys went to this dungeon and you guys do amazing role playing jobs, you can go up to level 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Only 2 more levels to my wild shape counts as magic, guys. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's just too much fun not to give out XP for that. And now, since we're not even clearly following the game, I don't even. Maybe I should just switch it over
we
to.
go to Connerberry. We promised we go to Connerberry.
I know. I'm just saying maybe I should just switch it over to XP. Since there's no more
Milestone leveling.
there's just no direction at all now.
New milestone leveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more enemies we make, the higher our level gets.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's hilarious, man.
Well, are we gonna call it for the evening?
Yeah.
All right. It was great to play with you all again. Oh, I want to tell you, Greg.
Yep.
Kazala finally made his appearance proper in my Wednesday game.
Excellent.
Turns out he's now several of the players' second favorite NPC.
Really? Cool.
I replaced JP Nevercaught with him.
Okay.
So
in-
well, Adam, I'm pretty sure has fallen asleep, so I don't have to worry. But yeah, you're basically Jarl Axel, and you showed up as their tailor, sent by Raynar for a large ball that they are going to, and everybody kind of really loves your character, and
Have
I
you
felt
been
bad
doing
because I was like, oh man, I mean, I couldn't even play him properly. I wish I could have got Greg to call in for the session, but
I'd happily come do it. If you want me to, I'll come do it.
well, next game is in a couple weeks because we have to take next week off. But I will see what I can rig up, and
Okay.
yeah, because basically everybody's going to